Hello, welcome to the Fanfic Majesty. 1 Op Hus. Chapter 1. Next chapter. Advertisement. Mu Feng crossed into the world of One Piece. As an avid pirate fan, Mu Feng, who is lonely on the earth and has no worries, should be excited when he learns that he has crossed into the world of One Piece. But at this moment, Mu Feng can't get excited at all. Because he crossed to an isolated island. No, maybe it's an isolated island, but it's a bit exaggerated. To describe it more vividly, it is a huge rock protruding from the bottom of the sea. There is no grass growing, and there is an endless sea around it. Mu Feng curled up behind a standing rock as much as possible. He must avoid the sun as much as possible. After all, on this isolated island, there is no food or water source. In the absence of food, a person may be able to live for 2 or 3 weeks, but it is a miraculous thing to live for 3 days without water. What's more, I don't know if it's because of the crossing, Mu Feng's body now seems to be 13 or 4 years old the most, which is weaker than ordinary people. Thoughts moved slightly, and a faint white light curtain appeared in front of Mu Feng. The strongest god-level system, not enabled. Host. Mu Feng. World. One Piece. Advertisement. Ability. None. Initial task. To survive. Mission introduction. In this era of cruel big pirates, survival is not a simple matter. Ask the host to survive for 3 days. Mission completed. Turn on the system and reward a novice with a gift package. Mission failed. No punishment. Close black lens bracket. No punishment. Live for less than 3 days. Isn't it just dead? They're all dead, and punish them for a fart. The scorching sun in the sky is more poisonous than the previous 2 days. The skin on the lips has been completely dry and cracked, and the blood that has come out has condensed into blood scabs. Even Mu Feng's consciousness is a bit blurred. It seems, a black spot appeared on the seashore far away. The boat. Is it a boat? No, it's not that you are finished. Hey, here. There are people here. Exhausting all his energy, Mu Feng shouted the last word, and then passed out gorgeously. Mu Feng was betting that the black spot he saw from a distance was a ship. As a marine hero, Garp's position in marine is very detached. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. In this sea, Garp was the only one who could chase One Piece and scurry around. Although the body has passed its peak period, Garp's strength is definitely not inferior to any of the current 3 admiral, or even faintly surpassed. Adjutant, did you hear the call for help? Garp looked at the adjutant next to him and asked. The lieutenant colonel was taken aback for a moment, and said, No. This is a windless zone. There should be no ships other than marine ships passing by. Did you hear me wrong? Lieutenant General Garp. The lieutenant colonel confirmed that he didn't hear any sound. Garp didn't speak, but frowned, looking out to the sea. He had an instinct that someone around was calling for help just now. Garp has always believed in his instincts. Back then, it was relying on intuition to push Roger into desperation several times. Suddenly he saw the isolated island several nautical miles away. Advertisement. His gaze narrowed, and he said solemnly, change the course and take a look on that isolated island. Yes, Lieutenant General Garp. Although the lieutenant colonel was a little puzzled. But he did not hesitate to execute Garp's orders. After all, Garp is not only a lieutenant general but also the supreme commander of this warship, and naturally has the right to change the course. What's more, it's just changing the course of several nautical miles, a very simple thing. The marine battleship gradually approached the isolated island, and the lieutenant colonel suddenly exclaimed, Lieutenant General Garp, there is a comatose boy on the isolated island. Quickly, save him. Garp ordered. The lieutenant colonel's actions were sharp, and he stepped directly on the island on moonwalk. He picked up Mu Feng, who was unconscious, and used moonwalk again to return to the marine battleship. Lieutenant General Garp, there is nothing serious about this young man's body, but his body is too dehydrated. As long as he replenishes enough water, he will be able to recover soon. The lieutenant colonel's adjutant checked Mu Feng's body and then asked Garp reports. Well, first send this teenager to the medical room for treatment. Garp ordered. Yes, Lieutenant General Garp, the lieutenant colonel replied. I don't know how long it took. Mu Feng opened his eyes. With his physical strength already recovered, he propped himself up. Mu Feng looked around, his eyes a little dazed. Where is this? Have I been rescued? At this moment, a voice suddenly sounded in Mu Feng's mind. Advertisement. Congratulations to host. Complete the initial task of the system. Live in Pirate World. Survive for 3 days. The strongest God level system is officially launched, and a gift package for novices to host will be rewarded. May I ask host if you choose to open the gift package for novices? Quote. Turn on. Mu Feng said silently in his heart, but also a little excited. The newbie gift package is open. Congratulations to host. You have obtained the Elementary Experience Scroll X10, a sharp fine knife, and a 3-hook Jade State Sharingan pair. May I ask whether the host has withdrawn the newbie gift package? If not, it will be regarded as the host automatically give up. The system is cold. The sound rang. Extract. Of course, Mu Feng said quickly. No extraction. When you are a fool. After Mu Feng's voice fell, he felt a tickling in his eyes. Subconsciously, I wanted to raise my hand to scratch my eye sockets, but as soon as I raised my hand halfway, the itchiness disappeared. Mu Feng turned to look at the side mirror, and was stunned. With blood-red eyes, the 3 guyu in the pupils were slowly turning. And the whole world completely changed in Mu Feng's eyes, and it became clearer, and there was a sense of clarity as a nearsighted eye suddenly put on glasses. 3 guyu. Sharingan. Mu Feng couldn't believe it. Sharingan, this is the most abnormal blood follower in Naruto world. Even in the previous life, some people complained that Naruto should be renamed to I Ninja, because basically the whole story revolves around Sharingan. I own it so easily. Moreover, it is directly in the state of Sangoyu, it is not too cool. Undoubtedly, this is definitely one of his great support in Pirate World in the future. Lao Na's new book, please collect it. During the new book, everyone's support is needed. Every fresh flower, appraisal, and reward from readers is the motivation of Lao Na's codewords. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 2. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. That's not right, the system. In addition to 3 Tomo Sharingan, isn't there a scroll of elementary experience and a sword? Mu Feng was a little confused. Although you can tell from the name, these 2 things are definitely a lot worse than 3 Tomo Sharingan. But no matter how small a mosquito is, it is meat. Mu Feng will never let go of any rewards from the system. The other 2 rewards have been put into the space backpack. Space backpack. Mu Feng muttered. A pitch black hole suddenly appeared in front of him, and Mu Feng could clearly perceive the objects in it. He stretched out his hand and took out the contents of the space backpack easily. 10 brown scrolls. There is also a slender dachi about 2 fingers wide. Item. Elementary Experience Scroll. Open black lens bracket type. Consumables close black lens bracket. Quality. 2 stars. Remarks. A small amount of proficiency that can increase the ability. Close black lens bracket. Item. Sharp Boutique Taito. Open black lens bracket type. Weapon close black lens bracket. Quality. 3 stars. Remarks. Although there is no name, but the sharpness is definitely not inferior to any of the 21st tools in Pirate World. Close black lens bracket. A space backpack. It's really convenient. Mu Feng muttered. Said. The system, show my current state. Yes, host. The system said. Then a faint white light curtain appeared in front of Mu Feng. Advertisement. The strongest God level system opened. Host. Mu Feng. World. One Piece. Ability. Sharingan LV6 3-hook Jade State Proficiency. 0%. The main task. Join a force. Task brief. Congratulations, tiny host. In this cruel pirate world, survived for 3 days in the world. So next, as a weak chicken, you naturally have to join a force, otherwise the system will not guarantee your life and death. Task reward. None. Task penalty. None. Close black lens bracket. Damn, no reward. System Nima. Shameless. Mu Feng cursed in his heart. The system returned coldly. The system determines that this task is not difficult for the host. If you give a reward, it is an act of insulting the system's IQ. Quote. Mu Feng was speechless. Your sister, you have a broken system and an IQ with wool. Mu Feng ignored this unscrupulous system and walked out the door. He still doesn't know who saved him, so thank you very much. But as soon as he walked out of the room, Mu Feng felt the ground shake. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. No, it should be that the hull under your feet is shaking violently. At this moment, a calm middle-aged man's voice sounded. Lieutenant General Garp, the warship is being attacked by the Sea King. And Mu Feng also saw a big guy. The whole person was stunned. Really big, a fish. Do not. It should be said to be the Neptune, the most powerful and terrifying species in this world. The Sea King in front of Mu Feng has a huge body of nearly 1,000 meters. Even if it is placed in the Neptune category, it is definitely one of the Overlord level existence. Ah ha ha. Aquaman class, where are you? It seems we can have an extra meal tonight. A vigorous voice sounded, and then Mu Feng saw a figure jumping on the bow of the ship, with the words, Justice, written on the white cloak behind it. It's Marine, was he saved by Marine? Advertisement. Also, apart from Marine, no ships will pass through the windless zone. And what did the guy just call? Lieutenant General Garp. Mu Feng stared at the boss, looking at the figure jumping high. He is tall, 2 meters long, extremely muscular, and full of white hair. Monkey D. Garp. Lieutenant General Marine, the legendary Marine Monkey D. Garp. Mu Feng didn't expect Garp to save him. At this moment, Garp had already leapt in front of the giant Sea King, facing the Sea King roaring at him. Garp's complexion had not changed at all, and his right arm instantly turned jet black. Facing the head of the Neptune class, he brazenly blasted his fist. Then I saw the head of the Neptune class, directly sunken. The huge body was bombarded for several kilometers. With just a punch, Garp solved a domineering Sea King class. Mu Feng opened his mouth in shock and couldn't close it for a long time. It wasn't until a long while later that there was a word in his mouth. Nima, tease me. This is too abnormal. As a pirate fan, Mu Feng knows that the power level of Pirate World is very strong. But after witnessing with my own eyes, I can understand the horror of this world better. If you use one word to describe it, it is terrible. Congratulations, host, enable ability classification, hockey. At this moment, the cold voice of the system suddenly sounded in Mu Feng's mind. Ability classification. What the hell? Mu Feng was puzzled. As soon as the thought fell, the bright white light curtain emerged. Host. Mu Feng. World. One Piece. Ability. Sharingan. Open black lens bracket LV6 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket 3 hook jade state close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 0% close black lens bracket. Advertisement. Hockey. Armament hockey open black lens bracket LV0 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 0% close black lens bracket. Observation hockey open black lens bracket LV0 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 0% close black lens bracket. Conqueror's hockey open black lens bracket LV0 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 0% close black lens bracket. When he saw his attribute panel, Mu Feng's eyes widened. I rely on. What does this mean? It's hard to come by. I have learned the tricolor tyrant. I rely on. I rely on. Do you want to be so awesome? Please calm down the host. Turning on the ability classification of hockey does not mean that the host has learned Conqueror's hockey. If the host wants to master hockey, please practice hard and improve the proficiency of the ability. The system decisively splashed Mu Feng a basin of cold water. Cut. I'll just say that the system is unkind. Mu Feng glanced at his mouth. But suddenly, Mu Feng was stunned. And many more. Improve ability proficiency. If I remember correctly, the newbie spree just now, but there are still 10 scrolls of elementary experience. It is said in the item introduction of the system that this thing can increase a small amount of proficiency in the ability. System, how do I use the elementary experience scroll? Mu Feng asked. Meditate on this ability in my mind, and then tear up the scroll. The system explained. Without any hesitation, Mu Feng took out a scroll of primary experience from the space backpack, and then meditated on Conqueror's hockey in his heart, tearing open the scroll in his hand. Suddenly, the scroll turned into a faint golden streamer and poured into Mu Feng's body. Lao Na's new book, please collect it. During the new book, everyone's support is needed. Every fresh flower, appraisal, and reward from readers is the motivation of Lao Na's codewords. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 3. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. After using a primary experience scroll, Mufeng did not feel any change. It's just that the proficiency after Conqueror's Haki has changed from 0% to 47%, and there seems to be something about to erupt from his body. Effective. Mufeng's eyes lit up. Without hesitation, he tore 2 scrolls of primary experience one after another. When Mufeng tore open the 3rd level primary experience scroll, Conqueror's Haki's level finally changed from LV0 to LV1. Boom. Involuntarily, a terrifying momentum erupted from Mufeng's body. Conqueror's Haki. The aptitude of the inborn king is the ability possessed by the talents who have the emperor's resources. It cannot be acquired, and can only be determined by fate. This is the iron law of Pirate World. However, Mufeng is not a member of Pirate World. Conqueror's Haki is able to deter and frighten the enemy by relying on his own brave. This deterrence is indiscriminate and uncontrollable. At the very least, there is no way to control the current Mufeng. Advertisement. As a result, all Marines below the 2nd lieutenant on Garp's entire battleship collapsed to the ground, foaming at the mouth, and lost consciousness. Enemy attack. The lieutenant colonel's expression suddenly changed. As Garp's adjutant, he often followed Garp into the New World. Naturally, it is very clear about Conqueror's Haki, and the guy who owns Conqueror's Haki is not a simple character. What's going on? Garp frowned. Solve him, the Sea King class, and land on the battleship. Observation Haki opened, but no enemy attack was detected. And the level of Conqueror's Haki is too weak, as if he just awakened. Awakening. Is it possible that there is Marine awakened on board Conqueror's Haki? Garp's eyes lit up. It's not an enemy attack, deal with the corpses of the Sea Kings. Garp comforted his adjutant, and then used observation Haki to find the source of this Conqueror's Haki. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Soon, Garp found Mufeng. Huh, it was the windless belt that met that little guy. Garp murmured. Very good, little guy. Are you interested in joining Marine? Ah. Agreed. Ahahaha, I will train you to be the strongest Marine. Garp said to himself, completely ignoring Mufeng the meaning of. Congratulations, host, join Marine, complete the main task, join a force. The sound of the system followed, making Mufeng completely dumbfounded. Your sister. She didn't say a word. Advertisement. Garp, the old bastard, just forget it, what are you messing up with the system? System, get out of here. Mufeng roared inwardly. According to the judgment of the system, joining Marine is the most correct choice at this stage. If host is not satisfied with Marine power, it can redetermine host as a pirate power, a pirate hunter power, a revolutionary army power, and a world government power. The system's cold voice. Can the selected forces be changed? Mufeng was a little dumbfounded. It can naturally be changed. May I ask whether host chooses to rejudgment? The system asked. No wonder there is no reward for this main mission. This is just a matter of moving your mouth. There is a fart reward. However, it's good to be Marine at this stage. Systematic training, coupled with the existence of the system, can definitely become stronger quickly. No, don't change it yet, Mufeng said silently in his heart. Okay, little guy, from now on, you will be a 3rd-class Marine. But don't worry, with my training, you will be promoted soon. Garp couldn't help but included Mufeng as himself. 3rd-class soldiers under his men. Right, kid, what's your name? Garp asked. Mufeng. Mufeng said. Mufeng. What a weird name and no surname. He seems to be an orphan. Garp muttered. Suddenly the eyes lit up. It's decided, you will be called Monkey D. Mufeng from now on. From now on, you will be my grandson of Monkey D. Garp, ahaha. Hey. You old man. What are you doing? Do you kidnap minors? Advertisement. What else is called no surname? My surname is Mu. My name is Feng, okay. But I believe Garp will ignore it even if he explains it himself. Sigh. Mufeng reluctantly accepted the fact of becoming Garp's grandson. After all, this old man is also his own savior. Moreover, in the original plot, Mufeng likes Garp very much. Become Garp's grandson. This feeling, Looks pretty good. Seeing that Mu Feng didn't mean to reject himself, Garp was also relieved. His son defected from Marine, and became the most murderous criminal in the world. The two grandsons were also clamoring about becoming One Piece, and Garp was worried about it. In order to take care of his two grandsons, he often ran back to Fengche village from naval headquarters just to educate his grandsons. This time too, Garp was going back to Fengche village and rescued Mu Feng. When he saw Mu Feng for the first time, Garp fell in love with this child who was not a few years older than his grandson. When Mu Feng showed Conqueror's Hockey's aptitude, Garp couldn't hide his mood even more. Started Conqueror's Hockey as a teenager. What is this concept? When did I start Conqueror's Hockey? 23. The sooner Conqueror's Hockey is opened, the greater the potential. At the age of 13 or 4, he started Conqueror's Hockey. This proves, the little guy in front of him named Mu Feng absolutely possesses the aptitude to surpass Admiral, and Garp naturally can't hide his love. Old man, we are going there now. Mu Feng asked unceremoniously. Garp didn't mind Mu Feng calling himself an old man. Rubbing Mu Feng's head, he said, "Ah, take you to meet your two younger brothers. This time I applied for a half-year vacation. Next, we will start the plan to train your three brothers into the strongest Marines." Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 4. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The pirate world is big, very big. In terms of area alone, it is definitely as vast as a dozen of the Earth. So even if it is out of the windless zone and is already in the East China Sea area, it still took nearly a week to reach the windmill village. Windmill Village, an ordinary small village in the East China Sea. The banquet bar at the entrance of the village. Makino. Give me wine, I don't want to drink juice. As a pirate, how can I not drink? Luffy, wearing a straw hat and wearing a red waistcoat, raised the juice in his hand and looked at Makino said angrily. Oh, isn't it? Then I'll give you milk. Makino said with a smile, and then handed Luffy a glass of milk. Thank you. Luffy thanked him, then took the milk and drank it. He didn't react until he finished drinking, and couldn't help becoming more angry. Immediately, the whole banquet bar burst into roar of laughter. Luffy, Ace, ah ha ha, the grandpa who loves you the most is back. A long distance away, you could hear Garp's full-fledged voice. Suddenly Luffy panicked, and regardless of drinking, he wanted to run outside the door. However, Garp, who walked directly in the door, knocked his head with a punch, and then slipped away. With his nose clasped in his other hand, he asked carelessly. Luffy, Ace, did you miss me, Grandpa? It hurts, it hurts. Luffy clutched his head, crying with tears. Advertisement. Good Grandpa. The voice was a boy wearing a cowboy hat. Needless to say, Mu Feng also knows who these two little boys are. One of them is the absolute protagonist of One Piece World, the future One Piece Monkey D. Luffy, and the other is the child of One Piece Gall D. Roger Boscart D. Ace. His name is Mu Feng, and he will be your brother from now on. Garp introduced directly. Oh, Luffy said oh. There was no resistance to the sudden emergence of an older brother. On the side, Ace frowned, but didn't say anything in the end. He just nodded slightly to Mu Feng, expressing kindness. Mu Feng naturally wouldn't mind, just smiled. What will happen in the future is uncertain, but now it is just two bear kids. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Luffy, Ace, you two run 200 laps for me around Windmill Village. I won't finish the run, but I don't have dinner. Garp pointed to Luffy and said. Although Luffy had a bitter look on his face, he didn't dare to resist. After the Luffy duo started training, Garp brought Mu Feng to the training ground. Mu Feng, you are older than Luffy and Ace, and Hockey has also been guided. So I will be more targeted for your training. First of all, you have to understand that everyone has a huge body in their body. Potential, you only need to dig out a part of these potentials to become a very powerful warrior. There is a physical skill in Marine that exceeds the limits of humans. This set of physical skills is called Marine 6 Styles. Next, I will teach you Marine 6 Styles. Garp said. Hearing Garp's words, Mu Feng was surprised. Marine 6 Styles is a physical skill that only Marine generals can learn. Just teach me casually like this, is it really good? However, Mu Feng would not refuse this kind of meat that came to his mouth immediately. First, shave. The pedaling speed is suddenly increased by controlling the leg muscles, and then the explosive reaction force is used to move, which is impossible to see with the naked eye. The voice fell, and Garp's body suddenly disappeared. Advertisement. In the next second, he appeared dozens of meters away. Then, Tempest Kick. It is also through the control of the leg muscles to slash with the vacuum wave generated by the super high-speed kick. After Garp finished speaking, he suddenly raised his leg and kicked out. A few meters away, a huge tree with a thickness of several people surrounded by several people was directly cut off in the middle. Next is Moonwalk. Afterwards, Garp demonstrated all Marine 6 styles. After Garp's demo, the surroundings have become messy. How about, which style do you want to learn first? Garp smiled. Although the principles are very simple, each style has special skills. With your talent, you can learn 2 or 3 of them in half a year. It's definitely okay. Although it seems that the principle of Marine 6 styles is very simple. But in fact, it is very difficult to practice Marine 6 styles successfully. Just as everyone knows that nuclear bombs use the principle of nuclear fission, but no one can create nuclear bombs casually. Knowing and doing it are not the same thing. It took Garp more than 2 years to learn the 6 formulas that year. So Garp thinks that Mu Feng can learn 2 or 3 poses within half a year, which is already very good. That, old man. Marine 6 styles, I have learned everything. Mu Feng scratched his head and said with some embarrassment. The Sharingan of Sangoyu has insight, hypnosis, and the ability to replicate opponents' ninjutsu skills. Just now when Garp showed Marine 6 styles to Mu Feng had used Sharingan to perfectly replicate Garp's movements, and naturally he had completely learned Marine 6 styles. Host. Mu Feng. World. One Piece. Ability. Sharingan. Open black lens bracket LV6 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket 3 hook jade state close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 0.7% close black lens bracket. Advertisement. Hockey. Armament Hockey LV2 proficiency. 23%. Observation Hockey open black lens bracket LV2 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 23% close black lens bracket. Conqueror's Hockey open black lens bracket LV1 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 12% close black lens bracket. Marine 6 styles. Finger Pistol open black lens bracket LV1 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 0% close black lens bracket. Iron Body open black lens bracket LV1 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 0% close black lens bracket. Shave open black lens bracket LV1 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 0% close black lens bracket. Moonwalk open black lens bracket LV1 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 0% close black lens bracket. Tempest Kick open black lens bracket LV1 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 0% close black lens bracket. Paper Arts open black lens bracket LV1 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 0% close black lens bracket. Unlike hockey, hockey is a classification of capabilities enabled by system detection. The sixth form is the physical skill that Mu Feng uses Sharingan to replicate, so the initial level is LV1. In other words, it is a level that can be used. As for Armament Hockey and Observation Hockey respectively reaching LV2, it is because Mu Feng used 3 primary experience scrolls respectively. Both are easier to upgrade than Conqueror's Hockey. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 5. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. What? You said. You have learned Marine 6 styles. Garp's face was strange, he obviously didn't believe Mu Feng's words. Although I know that Mu Feng's talent is amazing, I just learned it directly by watching myself show Marine 6 styles. This kind of thing is completely a fantasy. Mu Feng didn't talk too much nonsense, the muscles of his legs suddenly exerted force. His body suddenly disappeared, and he appeared tens of meters away in the next moment. This is shaved. Garp murmured, widening his eyes. Moreover, the shave displayed by Mu Feng is definitely just learned. The difference between a beginner and a Tibetan, if Garp, who has been immersed in Marine 6 styles for decades, can't even tell this, he is simply a Marine Lieutenant General for nothing. In other words, boy Mu Feng just watched himself use Marine 6 styles once, and he has learned it completely. Oh my god, this is completely out of the category of genius. It's an evildoer, and it's a peerless evildoer. Seeing that Garp didn't say anything, Mu Feng thought that Garp still didn't believe it. As a result, Finger Pistol, Iron Body, Moonwalk, Tempest Kick, Paper Arts, were displayed in sequence. Advertisement. Old man, is it all right? Mu Feng asked out aloud, looking at Garp dull. Is it okay? You've all learned, and ask a fart. The corners of Garp's mouth twitched, and it took a long time to speak. Well, you have learned the 6 poses. But it's only a beginner level. You still need to practice hard. If you practice first, you can ask me if you don't understand. I will return to the battleship first. Garp said he had to slow down first to see if he was dreaming. Naval Headquarters. Marshal Marine's Office. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Sengoku, the Buddha with a white dove on his head, is dealing with many official duties. We must know that after the opening of the Great Pirate Age, Marine's control of the sea has reached its lowest value in 800 years. Damn Roger, I won't let this world stop even if I die. Bolu. Bolu. Baloo Baloo. The rapid ringing of the phone bug made Sengoku of Buddha frowned. But after seeing the phone bug ringing, Sengoku smiled again. When the phone worm was connected, he yelled, Garp, you old bastard. Why don't you take your vacation? Come on, what's the matter? Thinking of Garp, Sengoku was so angry. Marine is in troubled times, but this old man has applied for a vacation. Advertisement. Ahaha. Sengoku, let me tell you something. When I returned to the windmill village, I rescued a teenager in the windlass belt. Before Garp finished speaking, he was interrupted by Sengoku. You come to report this kind of thing to me. You don't want me to cancel your vacation. Sengoku's teeth itchy. If Garp doesn't give himself an explanation, absolutely must cancel his vacation. Listen to me, this boy awakened conqueror's haki on my boat. And he is only 14 years old. Garp said carelessly. Hearing Garp's words, Sengoku got up from his chair with a bang. Old bastard, you are not mistaken. Sengoku knew better than Garp what it meant to wake up conqueror's haki when he was 14. It definitely exceeds the potential of Marine Admiral. How is it possible? How could I admit it to conqueror's haki? And first taught him Marine 6 styles. Did you know? I just demonstrated it and he has learned all Marine 6 styles. Garp's voice still full of surprise. What? How is it possible? Sengoku said subconsciously. Conqueror's haki can also be explained by innateness. But Marine 6 styles, a physical technique that goes beyond the limits of the human body, can be learned casually after seeing it once. The Marine 6 styles has long been full of the sea. But on this issue, Sengoku believes that Garp will not be joking. Taking a deep breath, Sengoku's expression became serious. This kind of evildoer absolutely must draw in Marine, otherwise, even if it is destroyed, it will definitely not be allowed to grow into a pirate. Otherwise, it will definitely become a disaster for Marine. Advertisement. Garp, what's the name of this boy? Ah, you said Mu Feng. Garp said, Monkey. Monkey D. Mu Feng. Nani. Sengoku was taken aback. It's from your family. No, I'm just an orphan, and I've already recognized him as a grandson. Don't worry, Sengoku. I will train him as the first Marine. After speaking, Garp directly hung up the phone worm. And hearing Garp say this, Sengoku started to feel pain. Dorag, you said the same. The results of it cultivated the #1 criminal in the world. But Sengoku didn't mention this matter, because for Garp, who has dedicated his life to Marine, no one is more saddened by this matter than him. After this incident, Garp's training for Mu Feng was even more demanding. The morning was physical training with Luffy and Ace. The afternoon was Garp's one-on-one confrontational training, even if Garp controlled his strength to the same level as Mu Feng. But it is still possible to abuse Mu Feng. Half a year passed quickly, and Garp's vacation was over. Returned to naval headquarters, but did not bring Mu Feng. Because according to Garp, Mu Feng's strength is still too young. If he confronts the pirates of New World, he might be hacked to death. Listen, Mu Feng's scalp is numb, you old bastard. This is the posture when I am going to join Marine and want to throw me into the second half of the Grand Line. Ever since, Mu Feng honestly lived in Fengche village. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 6. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. All day long with Luffy and Ace, playing around on the trash mountain. The beasts around Fengche village have been miserable, and various pranks have made the villagers in Fengche village angry. Tenten, the village chief of Windmill village, chased and beat the three of them. Although Garp did not continue to apply for leave, he did come back once every 2 or 3 months. As a marine hero, Garp's qualifications in marine are too old. Even the marine marshal, Sengoku, didn't know anything about him, and turned a blind eye to Garp's lazy behavior. It has been 3 years since I came to Pirate World. This time, Garp was lazy again and returned to Windmill Village. But Mu Feng, Luffy and Ace, the 3 brothers gathered in the base of Garbage Mountain. Mu Feng, have you really decided? Are you going to follow the old man and become a marine? Ace looked at Mu Feng and said indignantly. Yes, Mu Feng. It's great to be a pirate, come and be my deputy captain. Luffy also echoed. In Luffy's mind, there is no concept of marine yet. Idiot, Mu Feng is my deputy captain. Ace and Luffy quarreled. With these 2 live treasures, Mu Feng held his head helplessly. Well, you 2 don't quarrel. Mu Feng said helplessly. It's like your dream is to become the One Piece. My dream is to become Marine Marshal. Do you want to prevent me from realizing my dream? But Ace was still unwilling. Mu Feng smiled and took 2 steps forward, carrying Luffy and Ace's necks. He smiled and said, no matter what our position is, we are all brothers. And, when you become a pirate in the future, don't be arrested by others before I arrest you. How is it possible? I am determined to become One Piece. Damn it, the pirate Wong is obviously mine. Looking at Luffy and Ace who were arguing again, Mu Feng smiled. Advertisement. Standing on the bow of the battleship, the village of Windmills has gradually disappeared from sight. The look in Mu Feng's eyes became resolute. One Piece world. Mu Feng, is coming. Mu Feng, from today, you will be a glorious marine soldier. As your grandfather, I will not give you any preferential treatment. In marine, any of your achievements and promotion depends on you. Hard work, understand? Garp said solemnly. I understand, old man. Mu Feng curled his lips, his expression somewhat casual. Now Mu Feng's strength, although I don't know if he can beat Admiral, he will win 3. But except for Garp, Mu Feng is confident that he will be completely blown up. Host. Mu Feng, read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. World. One Piece. Ability. Mangekyo Sharingan. Open black lens bracket LV7 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket monocular Mangekyo state close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 12.9% close black lens bracket. Hockey. Armament hockey open black lens bracket LV8 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 87.5% close black lens bracket. Observation hockey open black lens bracket LV8 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 93.8% close black lens bracket. Conquerors hockey open black lens bracket LV6 close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 73.4% close black lens bracket. Marine 6 styles. Advertisement. Finger pistol open black lens bracket LVMAX close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 100% close black lens bracket. Extended skills. Finger pistol M500, finger pistol metal storm. Iron body open black lens bracket LVMAX close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 100% close black lens bracket. Extended skills. Iron body no dead ends, iron body King Kong body. Shave open black lens bracket LVMAX close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency. 100% close black lens bracket. Extended skills. Shaving residual image, shaving silent. Moonwalk open black lens bracket LVMAX close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency, 100% close black lens bracket. Extended skills. Moonwalk Meteor, Moonwalk Sunset. Tempest Kick open black lens bracket LVMAX close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency, 100% close black lens bracket. Extended skills. Tempest Kick Death Cross. Paper Arts open black lens bracket LVMAX close black lens bracket open black lens bracket proficiency, 100% close black lens bracket. Extended skills. Paper Arts Martial Body, Paper Arts Infinite Body. Main mission. Become Major General Marine. Open black lens bracket mission introduction. Now that he has become a glorious Marine. As a host of the system, the starting point is at least a general. Mission duration. 3 years. Mission completed. Randomly draw a skill card for one person in the world. The mission failed. Host will suffer hostility from all Marine forces. Close black lens bracket. In 3 years, Mu Feng's strength has definitely increased explosively. Marine 6 Styles has been promoted to the highest level and even developed extended skills. And Armament Hockey and Observation Hockey have also been promoted to the level of LV8. Although the highest level of skills is LV10, reaching LV10 is the level of LVMAX. But it does not mean that you cannot continue to improve after LVMAX. Advertisement. For example, the system has stated that if GARP's Armament Hockey is hierarchized, it is LVMAX 12, which means that it has broken the boundaries of the human body twice. After learning this, Mu Feng was speechless. My cheap grandpa is too strong. No wonder the Pirate King Roger, who was able to chase, hugged his head and scurrying on the sea, terrifying, terrifying. Comma 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 comma. Malin Vander, Naval Headquarters. From a distance, the Naval Headquarters is quite spectacular. On the wall of Naval Headquarters, there are 2 big black characters Marine. And in the middle of these 2 words is the sign of a seagull stepping on a wrench. Marshal Marine's office. At this moment, almost all of Marine's top management have been gathered. Marshal Marine Sengoku of Buddha, General Staff of Marine Crane, and Admiral Akadog, Kizaru and Aokiji. As for Marine's purpose of gathering so many important people together, no one might believe it. They are waiting for a report from Marine 3rd Class. Boom, boom, boom. The knock on the door sounded, instantly attracting everyone's attention. Come in, Sengoku said. The door was opened and Mu Feng walked in. When he walked to Sengoku, he saluted the army. He opened his mouth and said, "Report to the Marshal, 3rd Class Soldier Monkey D. Mu Feng will report to you." Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 7. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Well, Libby. Sengoku nodded and said with satisfaction. Sengoku is very satisfied with the people trained by Garp who can be so polite. Mu Feng. I often hear that old bastard Garp talk about you. Sengoku smiled. Suddenly, Sengoku turned around and said, "Then, see for yourself. With your current strength, what rank can I grant you?" Mu Feng was taken aback, but he didn't expect that Sengoku would not play the cards according to common sense. But Mu Feng is not a polite master. After a moment of stunned, he opened his mouth and said, "Admiral, there are only 3 places. I won't compete with the 3 old guys." After that, Mu Feng also pointed to the 3 admiral who were doing different things on the sidelines. Continued. At least, give me a lieutenant general. Otherwise, in front of the old man, I will be a little shorter. Mu Feng's words focused everyone's eyes on him. Aokiji, who wore a blindfold and closed his eyes, opened the blindfold and looked at Mu Feng in surprise. This is the first time he has seen such an arrogant kid. Oh ha ha, Lieutenant General Yo. Kizaru cocked Erlang's legs and said wryly. Huh, Lieutenant General, I don't know how high the sky is. The red dog said coldly. There was a hint of coldness in his eyes looking at Mu Feng. The red dog pursues absolute justice. Anything that violates the world government will be regarded as a crime. Advertisement. And when he saw Mu Feng, the red dog couldn't help thinking of Monkey D. Dorag. Once the most powerful candidate for Marine Admiral, now it has established a revolutionary army and has become the most dangerous and most criminal wanted criminal of the world government. The same talent as superb, the same surname. Akainu absolutely does not allow Marine to have a second Dorag incident. Mu Feng glanced at the red dog and frowned slightly. Some wondered why Akahu was so hostile to him. For the red dog, Mu Feng doesn't feel too much ill. After all, he is also upholding his own justice. Of course, there is no good impression. Although it did not happen, if he did not intervene, Ace would definitely die in the hands of Akaji. As for the relationship between myself and Ace, naturally, I don't need to repeat it. Hearing Mu Feng's words, Sengoku was also taken aback. But then he smiled, not angry. After all, he was not without youth and vigor. He opened his mouth and said, Mu Feng. Every lieutenant general in naval headquarters has fought in the New World, but you can't compete. So, I will first grant you the rank of lieutenant colonel, and the promotion will depend on you. Strength. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Lieutenant Colonel. What a joke. I can't even finish the task. How can this work? See Sengoku to be sure. Mu Feng hurriedly said. Marshal Sengoku, at least I should check my strength. Oh, isn't it? Sengoku smiled and said, then I will call a midfielder from the headquarters to compete with you. No. No need to be so troublesome. Mu Feng hurriedly waved his hand and said, the lieutenant general in this department is very busy, it would be nice to disturb them. I think these three guys are quite idle, or just find one of them. Then Mu Feng used his fingers again. Pointed to the three admiral who wandered into the sky. Advertisement. Seeing that Mu Feng started three admirals' ideas, Sengoku knew that Mu Feng was still unwilling to give up. Not to mention, young and vigorous naturally need to be tempered a bit more. Marine Admiral is a strong man standing on the top of the world, suppressing the power of the great pirate era. Even if Mu Feng is evil again, he is just a 16 or 17-year-old boy, totally different. Never mind, Aokiji. You come to compete with Mu Feng. Sengoku pondered for a moment, then spoke. Aokiji is a soldier from Garp, and Mu Feng is Garp's grandson. Even if he defeats Mu Feng, he will inevitably care about his affair and not embarrass Mu Feng too much. This shows Sengoku's hard work. It's really troublesome. Aokiji murmured. But he didn't refuse, and stood up. After taking a look at Mu Feng, he lazily said, see you in the training ground, then. After speaking, he rushed out of the marshal's office directly. Mu Feng didn't speak, and the corners of his mouth raised slightly. Moonwalk Meteor. Moonwalk is a physical skill that moves in the air by stepping on the air. After Mu Feng trained Moonwalk to full level, he developed an extended skill Meteor. It even brought the characteristics of Moonwalk to the limit, as fast as a meteor chasing the sun. Seeing Mu Feng speeding out, Sengoku couldn't help but shine. I still underestimated this kid. With just such an amazing 6 styles, Mu Feng's strength will never be weaker than any major general in his division. Advertisement. Without hesitation, Sengoku and his team rushed to the training ground. When Sengoku and his team arrived at the training ground, Aokiji was already fighting Mu Feng in a regiment. The surrounding area is surrounded by large spectators. Seeing Sengoku's arrival, he consciously gave up the best position. Frozen 2 spears. Aokiji didn't mean to be polite at all. A halberd-like ice spear appeared around Aokiji's body, and then slammed into Mu Feng. Hey! Tempest Kick. Mu Feng directly blasted Tempest Kick. The ice spear that shot at Mu Feng suddenly turned into ice slag on the ground. And Mu Feng's offensive obviously didn't mean to stop. Tempest Kick Death Cross. Death Cross is an extended skill developed by Mu Feng based on Tempest Kick. The vacuum slash blown by Tempest Kick is actually like the slash of Tachi, showing the shape of 1. The Death Cross blasted out more than 2 Tempest Kick in an instant, blasting at the enemy in a cross shape, causing several times the damage. Unless you use armament hockey, you can't resist it at all. The Tempest Kick shot by Mu Feng is very fast, let alone a Death Cross. It's just between Setsuna that it has already blasted in front of Aokiji. Aokiji didn't have time to dodge. The Death Cross crossed Ran's body and instantly cut him into 4 pieces. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 8. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. However, there was no worry about Aokiji, because Aokiji is a Logia fruit capable person. Elementalization is the most basic ability. Sure enough, Aokiji's separated body was glued together again, and the attack just now did not affect him at all. It's such a powerful sixth style, worthy of being the grandson of Lieutenant General Garp. Aokiji complimented. Then he continued. It seems that I have to be more serious. Frozen storm's pheasant's mouth. The voice fell, and the frozen shock wave blasted towards Mu Feng like a torrent. Finger pistol. Metal storm. Mu Feng raised his hands, finger pistol's vigor densely vented towards the freezing shock wave. In no time, he completely offset the violent pheasant's mouth from Aokiji. And right here, Aokiji's voice suddenly rang from behind Mu Feng. It's over. Frozen moment capsule. In the next second, the freezing breath swept all over Mu Feng's body, and Mu Feng also turned into a block of ice. Very good, I already have the strength of a lieutenant. Sengoku nodded on the sidelines, obviously very satisfied with Mu Feng's strength. Even the average lieutenant general has no way to fight Aokiji for such a long time. Advertisement. Sengoku just wanted to speak, but was alarmed by the movement on the court. Gala. Crunch. Aokiji also turned around abruptly. But seeing Mu Feng, who had just been frozen with all his strength, began to shake violently. Only moments later, the ice cubes frozen on Mu Feng's body were shaken into icy debris in the sky. As for Mu Feng, it seems that he has not been affected at all. As expected of Admiral, it seems to be a little more serious. Mu Feng was in high spirits. Armed color finger pistol, M500. M500 is the most powerful pistol in the world. Mu Feng's finger pistol extension technique is named M500, which shows how powerful it is. Finger pistol, wrapped in the pitch-black armament hockey, blasted Aokiji, and Aokiji's expression instantly changed. Armament hockey can damage those with Logia fruit ability. The attack from Mu Feng made Aokiji feel a great sense of crisis. Without any thought, a thick ice wall appeared in front of Aokiji. However, under the bombardment of finger pistol M500, it was as fragile as a piece of paper, and it was directly penetrated. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. However, the ice wall also played a role as a hindrance, making Aokiji use the time of this gap to avoid the past. At the same time, Aokiji launched another attack, frozen double storm pheasant's mouth. The cold air gathered on Aokiji's arms and released two huge ice birds, lifelike, and the air fanned by the wings was condensed into tiny ice particles. Obviously, the pheasant mouth released by Aokiji this time is stronger than the previous one. Advertisement. Paper Arts. Infinite Body. Mu Feng snorted softly. Infinite Body is an extended skill of Paper Arts, which is more perverted than Paper Arts' martial body. The simple understanding is that there are infinite possibilities. Under Mu Feng's infinite body state, unless it is an all-round attack without any gaps, it is absolutely impossible to hit Mu Feng. Frozen double thorny spear. Frozen ice saber. No matter what kind of fierce Aokiji attack, Mu Feng will cleverly dodge it. When facing the attack of Mu Feng wrapped under armament hockey, Aokiji can only dodge, looking a little embarrassed. The Sengoku and others nearby were also dumbfounded. Anyone can see that in the battle with Mu Feng, Aokiji has completely fallen short. No one can believe that Mu Feng actually has the strength to shake Admiral. What a joke. 17-year-old Admiral class combat power. Everyone is sluggish. For a while, there was no other sound on the entire training ground except for the sound of Mu Feng and Aokiji fighting. Really? It seems there is no way. Aokiji murmured. The clay figurines are also 3-point fire, not to mention that Aokiji is Marine Admiral. Being pressed and beaten by a junior in this way, Aokiji has already suffocated his anger. The white mist representing low temperature was full of gas, and the ice cubes spread over half of Aokiji's body. Advertisement. Glacier. Aokiji just spit out 2 words. Suddenly a majestic voice sounded. Well, this time the test is over. Aokiji, this is Naval Headquarters. If you continue, I'm afraid Naval Headquarters will become frozen in 2 or 3 weeks status. Hearing Sengoku's voice, Aokiji withdrew the white cold mist. Mu Feng naturally knew that Aokiji was going to release his big move, the Ice Age. Aokiji's Nirvana can even freeze the entire sea for up to 2 weeks. It can be seen how terrifying it is. This is also the fighting method of Logia-capable people, and there must be a sufficient battlefield. In other words, in the battle with Mu Feng, Aokiji showed up to about 70% of his strength. However, Aokiji did not show 100% combat effectiveness, and Mu Feng also had reservations. Don't forget that Mu Feng opened the Mangekyo state of one eye. Mangekyo's pupil skills are extremely abnormal and can counter Admiral. At the same time, Mu Feng has a clear definition of his own strength. If you fight with all your strength, you can fight against the strong at the Admiral level, such as Aokiji. But compared to the old Admiral, such as aka Inu and Kizaru, it may be weaker. Seeing Mu Feng possessing such strength, Sengoku can be said to be very excited. For many years, Marine has never seen a good seed since the first term of Aokiji. But now there was a genius so enchanting. But then, Sengoku got a headache again. As for the reason, it is exactly which rank Mu Feng should grant, which really makes it very difficult for Sengoku to decide. Being able to compete with Aokiji, there is no one who thinks that Mu Feng has the qualifications to serve as a lieutenant general of the headquarters. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 9. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. However, Marine has never had this precedent. He was directly promoted from the third rank to the lieutenant general. This is too trivial. After pondering for a moment, Sengoku looked at the crane on the side and asked, "Crane, how do you think you should draw up the rank of Mu Feng?" He frowned and did not speak directly. Instead, he hesitated for a moment before speaking. Mu Feng can compete with Aokiji and proves that there is no problem with his strength. Direct promotion to the rank of lieutenant general. Although there is no precedent, an exception can be made. The Marine generals on the side also started to discuss. It's too powerful. Actually can compete with Aokiji Admiral fiercely. It is said that he is the grandson of Lieutenant General Garp, so powerful. Such strength can definitely deter New World pirates, enough to serve as a lieutenant general in the headquarters. Quote. Although the strength is sufficient, it is too young. Regarding the exceptional promotion of Mu Feng, Marine generals also differed in their opinions. I think it's feasible. Mu Feng's strength is also seen. Although he is very young, his strength is not bad. Kizaru suddenly said. What this old fox can see is clearer than anyone else. No matter what the result of Mu Feng's award today, with Mu Feng's talent, one day he will grow into Marine Admiral, and it is even possible to become Marine Marshal. Selling Mu Feng to save face now, why not do it? Anyway, it's just one sentence. Garp stood aside and didn't speak. Advertisement. Mu Feng is his grandson, he naturally needs to avoid suspicion. The opening of Kizaru and Suru made Sengoku's inner balance gradually tilted. And just as Sengoku was about to speak, suddenly a voice sounded. No, absolutely not. It's Akainu, the Akainu who hasn't spoken since the beginning. The red dog first glanced at Mu Feng, and then rushed to Sengoku and said, granting the rank of Lieutenant General to Mu Feng's headquarters is absolutely impossible. Without any merit, it is too much to be promoted directly from a third-class Marine to the headquarters. It's ridiculous. What does this make other Marine sergeants think? And, Monkey. Huh, Marshal Sengoku, did you forget about Monkey D? Dorag. Hearing Akino mention the name, the scene instantly became dull. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Especially Garp, his face is even more gloomy and terrifying. Monkey D. Dorag. Dragon. The son of Garp, he was also a Marine. And when he was more than 20 years old he was promoted to Lieutenant General of Naval Headquarters. However, it didn't take long for Dorag to defect to Marine and form a revolutionary army. It has overthrown the world government as its own responsibility and is hailed as the most dangerous criminal in the world. Garp clenched his fist, and the veins on his arm burst. The defection of Dorag had an extremely bad effect on Marine. If not, Garp is a Marine hero, a banner in Marine. And coupled with Sengoku's vigorous maintenance, I'm afraid Garp has already been imprisoned in Impel Down now. Advertisement. Sengoku's face is not very good looking either. Dorag is Garp's son. From Sengoku's point of view, he is similar to his own son. Back then, Dorag was promoted to Lieutenant General in the headquarters, and it was also caused by himself. None of the lieutenants around dared to speak. Then, the rank of Major General Mu Feng Naval Headquarters will be awarded. Sengoku was silent for a moment before speaking. And aka Inu heard Sengoku's decision. Still not satisfied, he frowned and said, Marshal Sengoku, regarding the third-class title of Mu Feng, I think it should be Enough, Sakazuki. Garp suddenly yelled. If you think the monkey family is sinful, then come to my trouble. Also, although Mu Feng is my grandson, he is not the blood of the monkey family. What else do you dissent? Garp looked at aka Inu coldly, his body was in the state before the battle. What happened to Dorag? Garp couldn't change it. But for Mu Feng, Garp will never let him grow up in Marine because of himself or Dorag. Even if he gets punished if it makes a big mess, Garp will never persuade him. Okay, let me stop for a while. Sengoku stepped and stood between the two. I have made a decision to grant Mu Feng the rank of Major General. It is impossible and will not change. Do you want to fight? Or do you want to spread the new world to Marine's internal discord in Marine tomorrow? Are the heroes and Marine Admiral openly fighting at Naval Headquarters as a joke? And you, are you free? Don't you need to deal with official business? The last sentence was obviously addressed to the Marine generals who were onlookers. Advertisement. In an instant, all the surrounding Marines scattered like birds and beasts. Mu Feng's eyes flickered, looking at the red dog, an imperceptible chill flashed in his eyes. I didn't provoke you, so you dare to come here. Don't you know that the hatred of the family and the country is not greater than the hatred that prevents people from getting promoted? In that case, then don't think about the position of your Marine Admiral for a long time. Fortunately, Xiao Yi, I became a Major General. Otherwise, I won't be able to complete the main mission, and I will definitely open Mangekyo directly to you. If you don't want to kill you, you have to make you feel like a shadow. Mu Feng is not a benevolent master. If you offend me, don't blame me for messing with you. Lieutenant General Crane, Major General Mu Feng, you two come to the office with me. Sengoku said. It seems. You can't prevent me from becoming a Major General. Walking to the side of the red dog, Mu Feng's contemptuous voice came into the red dog's ears. Then he shook the back of a Kakanu's head directly. You, chicken trembling all over, pointed at Mu Feng. But Mu Feng didn't care about the red dog at all. Xiao Yi will not necessarily kill you, but wait. It won't be long before the young master will not do anything to grind, he will also make you faceless, and he will continue to sit down in the position of Marine Admiral. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 10. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. When he came to the marshal's office again, Sengoku no longer had the same majestic appearance as before. Instead, he smiled and said, Don't mind, Sakazuki is also for the stability of Marines military will refute your position as Lieutenant General of Naval Headquarters. I won't care, Marshal. Mu Feng said with a smile. Sengoku nodded and didn't say more. There is a gap between the subordinates. Sengoku can't do anything about it. Just like aka Inu and Aokiji. I don't know if it's because of devil fruit. Mu Feng, do you know the G5 fortress? Sengoku asked suddenly. Hearing Sengoku's inquiry, Mu Feng thought a little bit. Then he said, the Marine G5 branch is Marine's branch in New World, and it is also the only Marine branch in New World. At this point, Mu Feng paused before continuing. And I heard that G5 is a different kind of Marine, or it's not like Marine but more like a pirate. Never obey Naval Headquarters orders and act, and there are bad actions such as killing pirates. Well, it's there. Sengoku nodded. I am satisfied with Mu Feng's knowledge of the G5 branch, at least better than Garp. However, the reason why Mu Feng knows about the G5 branch is entirely because the G5 branch appeared in the comics. Otherwise, how would Mu Feng know that it is at that corner? Advertisement. Here, take a look. Sengoku said, and handed Mu Feng a document. Mu Feng took the file and looked at it. The general meaning of the document is, recently, the pirates of New World have been rampant, and even the Pirate Alliance has been assembled to attack the G5 branch. I hope Naval Headquarters can send high-end combat power to help the G5 branch withstand the impact from the Pirate Alliance. Mu Feng, for the so-called Pirate Alliance. What do you think? Sengoku asked. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Sengoku looked at Mu Feng quite a bit to test and teach Mu Feng. Mu Feng narrowed his eyes and thought slightly. After a while, he said, on the surface, it is very simple. The temporary mob of Pirate Alliance is loose, without rules, and lacks a stable commander. The attack on the G5 branch is nothing more than to show off. However, it is for me. It seems that there may be other possibilities. Oh, other possibilities. Tell me about it. Sengoku was very interested. Mu Feng organized a language and said, first of all, we assume that the G5 branch is defeated by this group of so-called pirate alliances. Then bearing the brunt will have an immeasurable impact on Marine's reputation, even if Marine retakes the G5 branch in the future, nor can it recover the lost reputation. Correspondingly, the reputation of the pirate will be greatly boosted. Advertisement. Sengoku is very satisfied, because Mu Feng agrees with his own ideas. I just wanted to praise Mu Feng. Just listen to Mu Feng continue to say. And, Marshal. I think the more important thing is the meaning of the existence of the G5 branch. As the only fortress of Marine in New World, the meaning of the existence of the G5 branch is definitely not just a Marine branch. It is like a nail stuck in New World. Its existence is announcing to the four seas and the Grand Line that in New World, in this sea area where pirates are most rampant, Marine has not lost its checks and balances. And if the G5 branch disappears, it means that Marine has completely lost this sea area, and it has no symbolic meaning. New World will completely become a paradise for pirates. The world will also think. New World is not under the jurisdiction of Marine or world conquest. At that time, I think it will be inevitable for the Four Seas and Grand Line to usher in the biggest pirate wave after Roger's death. Quote. Mu Feng said what he thought was the most serious possibility. But I don't know how much shock Sengoku was caused by his own words. Although Sengoku is known as the wise general, in terms of resourcefulness, Pirate World is no match. Back then, Sengoku was able to become Marine Marshal, precisely because Sengoku had a fancy to Sengoku's resourcefulness. But in Mu Feng's view, Sengoku, no, or it should be said that it is the entire Pirate World. In terms of resourcefulness, they all seem too inferior. Not to mention that Aizen in the Shinigami world is a resourceful character, Sarutobi, Danzo and others in the Naruto world will definitely blow up the Pirate World. Hearing all of Mu Feng's analysis, Sengoku was already sweating coldly. Advertisement. Sengoku is not an idiot, all that Mu Feng said, he also tried to think about it. The result is definitely not optimistic. It was because of Roger's words that the era of the great pirates was set off, which shows how impetuous this world is. And now, when people know that there is a sea area in the world that is not under the control of the world government, what will happen? Absolutely. There is no denying that there will be another wave of pirates. Thinking of this, Sengoku was already fidgeting. I want to directly send Admiral-class combat power to suppress the group of pirates who intend to attack the G5 branch. But in the end, Sengoku hesitated. The reason why New World pirates are so rampant is because there is a tacit understanding between Marine and Four Emperors-class pirates. As long as the Four Emperors stay in New World honestly, Marine will not rush to dispatch Admiral-class combat power to New World to suppress the pirates. But the current situation puts Sengoku in a dilemma. At this time, Sengoku suddenly remembered Mu Feng, the master of all insights. Although he is a major general, he has the strength comparable to Marine Admiral. Isn't he the best candidate? Major General Mu Feng, in the name of Marshal Naval Headquarters. I am sending you to the Marine G5 branch to suppress the pirate alliance. Can the task be completed? Sengoku asked with scorching eyes. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 11. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. A smile came up at the corner of Mu Feng's mouth, which was exactly the effect he wanted. In fact, even in the plot period, the G5 branch has nothing to do with it. The reason why Mu Feng said the consequences were so serious was to send himself to Sengoku. Guaranteed to complete the task. Mu Feng respectfully saluted Sengoku. Then he smiled and said, Marshal, I hope that when we meet next time, you can personally grant me the rank of Lieutenant General. No problem, when you guys spins. Sengoku also smiled. The harbor of Naval Headquarters. Major General, this is your battleship. Mu Feng's adjutant said. Mu Feng's adjutant was named Gai and his rank was Major. About 30 years old, acting calmly, perhaps Sengoku was afraid that Mu Feng was young and vigorous, so he arranged specially. Here, the adjutants of General Marine Generals are the college officials corresponding to them. For example, Garp's is at the rank of lieutenant colonel, while Mu Feng's adjutant is naturally at the rank of major. Are you sure? This is our battleship. Mu Feng said with some doubts. It's not because the battleship doesn't suit Mu Feng's wishes. It's because it seems that his warship is not a major general. Mu Feng is not clear about the classification of marine warships, but he can be sure that his warship is larger than Garp's. Guy opened his mouth and said, "There is nothing wrong. This is specially instructed by Marshal Sengoku. The lieutenant warship of the Killing Magic Order is one model higher than that of Lieutenant Garp. And Marshal Sengoku said that the treatment of major generals is the same." Lieutenant General. Advertisement. Mu Feng smiled. Sengoku still has a pretty good way to win people's hearts. Are all the sergeants on the battleship complete? Mu Feng asked. Guy nodded and said, "A lieutenant warship of the Demon Order level requires a total of 300 men. Marshal Sengoku personally selected 200 sergeants, who are definitely among the elite. The rest is from Garp. The one who will be deployed is also the corporal leader at the lowest level." Hearing this, Mu Feng couldn't help but feel warm. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Looking at a ship not far away. Old man, thank you. Set sail. Goal. G5 branch. Mu Feng said. Yes, Major. General. System. Become a major general. I have completed the main task, right? Mu Feng asked the system silently, slightly expecting. Although the system is a bit unscrupulous, but the system is produced, but they are all excellent products. Advertisement. Congratulations to host for completing the main quest. Become Marine Major General. Reward. Then draw any skill card from any one of the heavens and worlds. The system is being selected. The selection is over. The selection is over. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Shinigami World, Wano Flower 8000 Stream Swordsmanship skill card. May I ask host, if you choose to withdraw the reward, if you don't withdraw, it will be regarded as abandonment. Extract. Please, don't ask more about this kind of nonsense. Mu Feng was speechless. After complaining about the system, Mu Feng looked forward to it. Who is the Yaojihua Yachenliu? The greatest villain in the history of the Corpse Soul world. She prides herself on mastering all the genres and sword styles in the world, so she gave herself the name, Yaqianliu. It is the horrible existence in the history of the Soul world, second only to Yamamoto Shigekuni and Yuhabuk. Swordsmanship alone has become the strongest sword 8. How strong is her swordsmanship? Mu Feng didn't know, but he definitely surpassed Hawkeye. In the next moment, the endless knowledge of swordsmanship was poured into Mu Feng's sea of consciousness. It seems that thousands of swordsmen are demonstrating different genres of swordsmanship to themselves. And Mu Feng, in just an instant, he has completely mastered all genres of kendo swordsmanship. Mu Feng opened his eyes abruptly, sharp, and indomitable. The characteristics of these swordsmen were vividly displayed in Mu Feng's eyes. But in the end, it fell into the ordinary. It is not a flash in the pan, but Mu Feng's realm has reached a point of returning to the original. With this alone, Mu Feng has already exploded the eagle eye. At this moment, the battleship underneath suddenly began to shake violently. Advertisement. Mu Feng frowned, feeling like déjà vu. Major General, it's not good. Guy's flustered voice suddenly sounded. Ahead. The Overlord Class Sea King class was found in the waters ahead, with a body length of more than 2 kilometers. My lord, even our warship belongs to the Tumen Order class. General class battleship, but it can't withstand an impact of this kind of Sea King. Major General, do you want to prepare for abandoning the ship? Neptunes are the undoubted kings in this sea. However, the Neptune class over a kilometer is called the Overlord class Neptune class. This kind of wave stirred by the Sea Kings is enough to overturn the warships below the general rank. If it were to directly attack, even Admiral class warships would definitely not be able to withstand a few moments. Overlord class Sea King class. I really miss it. Back then, I just crossed the pirate world. After being rescued by the old man, he encountered an Overlord Sea King class. At that time, Garp threw himself into the ground with a punch. The shock brought by that punch, Mu Feng still has a deep memory. Today, when I went to sea, I met such a Sea King. Really? Lucky enough. No need to worry. Tell everyone, continue to sail along the original course. As for the Sea Kings, just leave it to me. Looking at his adjutant, Mu Feng smiled lightly. He grabbed a long slender sword beside him, and walked towards the deck. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 12. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Although he was about to encounter the Overlord Sea King class, the Marine on the deck did not panic. Although very hurried, but still orderly. Mu Feng is very satisfied with this. It is worthy of being a group of veterans who have experienced many battles. If it is replaced by a group of recruits, I'm afraid this will be messed up a long time ago, and it is very possible to even pee my pants in fright. Seeing Mu Feng walked onto the deck, the sergeants all looked at him. Mu Feng is the major general and the captain of this warship. On this battleship, Mu Feng's orders are above all else. Don't worry, leave it to me. Mu Feng looked at the crowd and said lightly. Mu Feng's words seemed to contain some magic. Hearing his opening, the Marine soldiers on the deck breathed a sigh of relief. Under the Marine battleship is inlaid sea floor stones. Will exude the breath of the sea. Therefore, under normal circumstances, the Neptune class will not actively attack Marine warships. But there are exceptions, such as when the Sea Kings surfaced and the battleship happened to be around him. Sea Kings are not blind, so they can see it naturally. It's like this. Mu Feng walked to the front of the ship with Taisho in one hand. And the Sea King class that was about a kilometer away rushed over directly. You're pretty big. But I can't let you just bump into it like this. Otherwise, my warship will be broken. Mu Feng said to himself. Holding the handle of the sword with his right hand, he slowly pulled out. Advertisement. It's been 3 years. You should be out of the sheath for the first time. I didn't expect one day to use you. The Taito in Mu Feng's hand is exactly the one that came out of the novice gift package for completing the initial mission 3 years ago. Take the sharp boutique too much. I thought I didn't have the opportunity to use it, but I didn't expect that this time I got the swordsmanship of Unohana Yakiryu. It's just right to use. This is a big sword that can be compared to a big knife. The Overlord level Sea King class, isn't it insulting you? Mu Feng said. At the same time, slashed fiercely at this Overlord level Sea King class. No one can describe the brilliance of this knife. It seems that all the brilliance in the world is concentrated on the slash of this knife. In front of it, even the world was pale and dim. The pale sword aura appeared, as if rising in the wind. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Between Setsuna, galloped past. When it invaded in front of this Sea King, the sword aura had reached hundreds of feet in length. The Sea King's skin that couldn't even be pierced by shells seemed to be papery in front of Mu Feng's sword chi. Even the slightest hindrance was not achieved. When Mu Feng's sword aura passed through its body, a slightly invisible bloodstain appeared on the body of this Overlord level Sea King, extending the entire body. There was a slight pause for a few seconds. Bang! The blue blood rain is all over the sky. This Overlord Sea King type broke apart with this bloodstain as the center. The two halves of the body slowly sank into the bottom of the sea. And the vision that was originally obscured by his huge body was widened again, and the Marines on the battleship discovered that. Not only the Overlord level Sea King just now, even the sea surface. It was also cut directly by Mu Feng's knife. Advertisement. Wujihua Yakiryu's swordsmanship is rated LVMAX12 in the system. That is to say, the swordsmanship that broke the limit of kendo twice. Such performance is a matter of course. There was silence on the battleship, and no one spoke at the moment. It's just a knife. In the face of this Overlord Sea King class that made ordinary lieutenants desperate, Mu Feng solved it with a single blow. Too strong. Gurgling. I didn't know anyone, and swallowed. This originally slight voice was abnormally amplified at this moment. Guy's mind is also blank. Before serving as Mu Feng's adjutant, he deliberately collected some information about Mu Feng. The grandson of Lieutenant General Garp, after arriving at naval headquarters, challenged Aokiji Admiral and did not lose sight of it. So he was directly awarded the rank of Major General by Marshal Sengoku. But doesn't it mean that Major General Mu Feng is proficient in 6 forms in hockey? How can swordsmanship be so abnormal? Being able to be appointed by Sengoku as Mu Feng's adjutant, Guy's knowledge is not short, and he has also seen a strong swordsman. But there is no comparison with the knife that Mu Feng swung just now. Is it possible that Major General Mu Feng is a great swordsman? More importantly, Major General Mu Feng is only 17 years old. Advertisement. The 17-year-old great swordsman. And yes, hockey and 6 style alone can beat Aokiji Admiral's great swordsman. This is also, it's too abnormal. Mu Feng didn't know the psychological activities of his adjutant at the moment, and his attention was completely focused on the space backpack at this time. Well, Overlord level Sea Kings, I don't know how many experience scrolls can be dropped. It's best to upgrade observation hockey to LV9 first, so that you can perform your swordsmanship more perfectly. The ultimate observation hockey, and then the terrifying hockey. The enemy is expected to take the initiative, and the enemy is not prepared for it. Even if the current Mu Feng is against a 4 Emperors level powerhouse, he is not at all persuaded. Congratulations to the host for killing the Overlord Sea King class. Reward the Advanced Experience Scroll X3. Because it is a special creature, it rewards the host special item Halu Stone X2. It has been put into the host space backpack, please pay attention to the host. The system sounded. The sound of the system made Mu Feng's eyes bright, even ignoring the experience scroll. Special creatures. What the hell? When I was in Windmill Village, in order to explode the experience scroll, he did not lose the Sea Kings, and even the Sea King who bit the red hair was killed by himself. In this regard, Luffy complained that he had robbed him of the blame. However, I have never encountered a special creature. System, what is a special creature? Mu Feng asked silently in his heart. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 13. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. A life entity with special abilities is called a special life. If you kill a special life, you have a chance to drop a special item. The voice of the system sounded. What special ability does this Sea King class have? Mu Feng wondered. The Overlord level Sea Kings all have a faint breath of the sea. It is precisely because of this that the body can grow so large. The system explained. Mu Feng nodded. It turned out that's the case. If so, then demon fruit power is not considered a special life. Will they drop devil fruit after killing them? Demon fruit power is a special life, and those who have broken the boundaries of the human body are also special lives. However, killing demon fruit power does not necessarily drop devil fruit, it may drop other special items. The system said. Hearing the explanation of the system, Mu Feng didn't feel much disappointed. One's own reliance is the system, and the ability obtained from the system. For devil fruit, Mu Feng lacks interest. Advertisement. Although it is undeniable that some devil fruits are indeed very powerful, but devil fruits have fatal flaws, that is, they will be disgusted by the sea, and will be subject to the sea floor stone. Mu Feng absolutely does not allow himself to have such a flaw. No more entanglement with devil fruit. Mu Feng lost all 3 advanced experience scrolls on observation hockey, and the 3 advanced experience scrolls also got his wish to upgrade Mu Feng's observation hockey to the level of LV9. Look at proficiency. 0.4% after observation hockey, LV9 level. Mu Feng expressed his desire to cry without tears. Back in the day, when I killed the king of offshore in Windmill Village by myself, when I got the advanced experience scroll for the first time, he directly raised the level of LV6 armament hockey, who was still single-digit proficiency, to the level of LV7. It seems that the higher the level, the harder it is to increase the level of ability. The reason why Marine 6 Styles has improved so fast. That's because in the contest with Garp, there is a chance to drop the exclusive experience scroll of Marine 6 Styles. Experience scrolls that belong to skill-type abilities will drop during the contest. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. But like armament hockey, observation hockey, this type of experience scroll is not a skill-type ability, you must kill the opponent to fall. So in 3 years, Mu Feng's Marine 6 Styles had already reached the full level early, while the improvement of other abilities became more and more difficult. Major General, it will take 5 days to arrive at the G5 branch. Will you inform the G5 branch? Guy respectfully asked Mu Feng for instructions. Marine warships must contact the harbor to prepare the dock in advance. The head of the G5 branch, who is it now? Mu Feng asked suddenly, narrowing his eyes. Advertisement. It's Lieutenant General Virgo. 3 months ago, Major General Virgo was promoted to Lieutenant General. He was appointed by Marshal Sengoku as the head of the G5 branch. Geyer replied. Virgo. A light flashed in Mu Feng's eyes. The first generation of hearts in the Don Quixote family is also the second strongest in the Don Quixote family after Doflamingo. Following Doflamingo's orders, the undercover spies at Marine, and climbed to the position of Lieutenant General, as the G5 branch base commander, Deep Marine Trust. Virgo. Doflamingo. Pirate Alliance. Interesting. Mu Feng has a feeling that there must be some relationship during this period. Don't provoke yourself, otherwise I won't care if you are celestial dragons. The world government will care about your identity, but I won't. Have you heard that? The headquarters sent a major general to support us. It is said that he is the grandson of Lieutenant General Garp. He is only 17 years old this year. 17 years old. The milk hasn't been cut off, right? You have become a major general. The grandson of Lieutenant General Garp may be very good. Awesome shit. You know, even the Red Dog Admiral and Kazaru Admiral, known as monsters, both became Marines after their 20s. 17 years old. I guess I haven't seen a pirate before, during the battle. Just don't hold us back. Marine in the G5 branch, even the chef has the life of a pirate. It's not so much Marine as it is a bunch of hooligans and villains. Advertisement. Privately talking about general-level officers, only this group of guys can do it. However, I have to say that Marine is able to survive in the G5 branch. They are the most elite Marines, and they are definitely not inferior to those of Naval Headquarters. G5 branch, Base Chief's Office. Dover. Naval Headquarters dispatched a Lieutenant General to support the G5 branch. Virgo killed all the doors and windows. Then he took out a phone worm, connected to Doflamingo, who was far away in Dreyrosa, and reported his situation. Major General. How could it be just a Major General? Doflamingo was puzzled. Virgo explained. According to what I have learned from Naval Headquarters, this Major General who supported him is the grandson of Lieutenant General Garp. He is 17 years old. He has fought with Aokiji for a short time. Marine 6 styles and hockey are both very powerful. Have the potential to become Admiral. Garp's grandson. Dot has the potential to become Admiral. Doflamingo on the other end of the phone worm suddenly became silent. After a while, he suddenly laughed wildly. Fur. This kind of Marine genius, if you die in New World, it is estimated that Marine will go crazy. Maybe you will directly send Admiral to suppress New World's pirates, Garp. The old dog will definitely go crazy. Fur. Then the world might become crazy. Virgo. I understand. Dover. Wilgo said in silence for a moment. I will send Diamante, Garadius, and Baby 5 to support you. Isn't it a common occurrence for Major General Marine to die in the fight against pirates? Fur. Doflamingo made no secret of his arrogance. Doflamingo's purpose is simple, he wants the world to riot. He wants to overturn the world dominated by celestial dragons to relieve his anger. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 14. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Mu Feng's battleship sailed into the dock of the G5 branch harbor, surrounded by a group of disheveled Marines. Some wore slippers, some only wore a short pants, and some had a naked upper body. Anyway, no one was neatly dressed in a Marine uniform. A Lieutenant General of the 2 Moling-level battleship, isn't it just a Major General who came to support it? So what? Don't forget that his grandpa is Lieutenant General Garp. Cut. It turned out to be just a second-generation ancestor who came here to do his battle exploits. If we die in our G5 branch, we will probably be finished. What a bad luck. As soon as Mu Feng stepped off the battleship, he heard the voices around him talking about him. Frowning, he directly releases Conqueror's Hockey. Conqueror's Hockey is the most difficult to improve in Conqueror's Hockey. 3 years of cultivation only allowed Mu Feng to upgrade Conqueror's Hockey to the level of LV6. Even so, get rid of the 4 emperors and the strong ones of the older generation. Mu Feng's Conqueror's Hockey is definitely not inferior to anyone. Although it still can't tear the sky to such a degree, if you use it with all your strength, not many people can handle it. The terrifying haki raged out in an instant. Advertisement. The entire G5 branch is covered by the monstrous haki Mu Feng. Under Mu Feng's control, he removed the more than 300 Marines on the battleship behind him. All Marines in the entire G5 branch harbor were crushed on the ground, most of them foamed at the mouth, and the remaining part wanted to struggle to get up, but couldn't do it. If you don't have the strength, just shut up. Mu Feng looked around and said lightly. Then he put away the raging conqueror's haki. Is it Major General Mu Feng? What a great conqueror's haki. With your help from Major General Mu Feng, it seems that the Pirate Alliance is nothing to worry about. Sorry, the branch is so busy that I couldn't come to meet Mu Feng in the first time. Major General. Wilgo walked out from somewhere. Wearing a plaid coat, sunglasses, lightning-shaped sideburns, holding a bamboo. There is also a hamburger steak on the cheek on the right. It's okay, Lieutenant General Virgo. Mu Feng smiled faintly. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. At this time, Virgo looked at Mu Feng's eyes, and there was obviously a little more fear. Conqueror's haki represents a kind of fate, a kind of king's fate. At the beginning, the four of them recognized Doflamingo as the master because they discovered that he has the potential to start Conqueror's haki. Although fearful, Virgo didn't mean to be afraid, because Conqueror's haki couldn't form combat power at all before reaching a certain level, so he could only clean up the miscellaneous fish. Virgo could not believe that Mu Feng's Conqueror's haki reached the level of 4 emperors. Lieutenant General Virgo, can you explain to me the situation now? Mu Feng asked bluntly. There is no meaning to fight with Virgox and the snake. In Mu Feng's view, it is a simple matter to run Virgo to death. A chill flashed in Virgo's eyes. Naturally, although he is only a lieutenant general of the branch, he is on the same level as the major general of the headquarters. But I am also the head of the G5 branch. The attitude towards oneself is actually a pretentious attitude. If it was changed to another marine branch, Mu Feng would be more polite. Advertisement. But for Virgo, Mu Feng already knew his identity. As marine, be kind to a pirate. What a joke. Before leaving by himself, Virgo must be dealt with. Virgo is a master of armament haki, and the probability of dropping armament haki's exclusive experience scroll is very high. Naturally, Mu Feng will not miss it. Virgo did not show any hostility, and said in a deep voice, the situation is very bad. This time the Pirate Alliance, which intends to attack the G5 branch, consists of a total of 17 pirates, all of which are pirates in New World. The amount is more than 200 million. Especially the 2 pirate groups, the Terror Tomahawk Pirates and the Tiger Pirates. Mu Feng nodded. Is there anything special about these 2 pirate groups? This information was recorded in the documents Virgo reported to Sengoku. Mu Feng also saw the file. But apart from the pirate group that appeared in the comics, Mu Feng has no idea about the other big pirates in New World. Hearing Mu Feng's question, Virgo was obviously taken aback. In Virgo's view, since Mu Feng is here to support the G5 branch, at the very least, you should also have an understanding of the enemy. I don't know anything, but I dare to come, when New World is everywhere. This kind of arrogant guy does not seem to be a cause for concern. In Virgo's mind, his evaluation of Mu Feng was instantly lower. However, he immediately explained. The Terror Tomahawk Pirate Group is a pirate group under the Big Mom Pirate Group. Captain Mach is a big pirate with a reward of 470 million. The supernova entered the New World as a supernova and was acquired by Big Mom. He is good at haki. The Tiger Pirates is a pirate group affiliated with Beast's Pirates. Captain Phages is the user of Zone Tiger Fruits, offering a reward of 520 million. Big Mom Pirates, and Beast's Pirates. I didn't expect to have a relationship with these 2 behemoths just after entering the New World. Advertisement. But it's normal. The 4 emperors are a group of pirates that dominate the New World like an emperor. The current New World is not the turbulent world after Whitebeard's death. The dominance of the 4 emperors in the New World is absolute, almost carve up the entire New World. A big pirate with a little bit of strength must choose a force to rely on. Otherwise, it is impossible to survive in New World at all. Where are they now? Mu Feng asked suddenly after thinking slightly. Located in the northwest of the G5 branch, Selves Island. The 17 pirate groups have already assembled, but I don't know when they will attack the branch. Virgo said. Guy, is there any eternal pointer for Selvies? Mu Feng asked suddenly. Yes, Major General. Guy replied. Give it to me, Mu Feng said. Guy froze for a moment, but then handed the permanent pointer to Mu Feng. After receiving the permanent pointer, Mu Feng looked at it and put it in his pocket casually. Ordered. Not far from here, I'll rush over first. Guy, the whole army. I will see my warship on service in an hour, can it be done? Major. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 15. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. It can be done, Major General. Geyer did not hesitate, saluted, and then turned to return directly to the battleship. Not only Guy, but after Mu Chen slayed that Overlord Sea King class with a single sword. The Marine on the entire battleship has completely surrendered to Mu Chen. Major General Mu Feng, what are you going to do? Virgo was a little dumbfounded. Taking a look at Virgo, Mu Feng said lightly, don't you hear it? I am going to Serves Island to annihilate the Pirate Alliance. It is not my style to sit and wait, Lieutenant General Virgo, I also order you, immediately reorganize the army. I appeared in service when I was a kid. Don't think about rejection, this is an appointment letter. The moment I set foot on the G5 branch, I will command everything in the G5 branch. Ignoring Virgo's sullen face completely, Mu Feng stepped on the moonwalk, several air bursts, his figure disappeared. Service Island. It was originally just an ordinary island. At this moment, there were 17 pirate groups, as many as thousands of pirates. Figs, a thin body, if he is someone who doesn't know him, no one would dare to think that this guy who looks like he would fall to the ground when the wind blows, would actually be a capable person of tiger and tiger fruit, at the moment he is look at the information that his men handed to you. Feehers, what's the matter? A sturdy man said. Advertisement. In the Pirate Alliance, the only person who can directly call Phages's name is Mork, the leader of the Terror Tomahawk Pirates. Although the two belong to different Four Emperors' forces, they were both born in the same town in the South China Sea. Therefore, there is a lot of friendship between each other, otherwise they will not unite and intend to attack the G5 branch. It's nothing, a message from Lord Jack. Fahers said casually. Master Jack. Mock was taken aback, then his pupils shrank suddenly. He couldn't help but said in astonishment. Could it be the drought? Jack of the three major disasters. Fahers. It seems that you are doing well in Beast's Pirates. I originally wanted to bring you under the ant. How is it possible? Master Jack just gave me an order to kill a Marine Major General named Mu Feng in this operation, and also said to cooperate with Doflamingo's subordinates. Fei Ji said with an unhappy expression. Kill a Major General, and give it a special explanation. Mock said with a look of surprise. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. I don't know why, maybe this Major General offended Doflamingo. Kaido-sama seems to be making a deal with Doflamingo. Recently, Beast's Pirates often discusses Doflamingo this guy. Fei has shook his head. Feehers, because you have eaten tiger fruit, why are you still like a girl? When I see the Major General named Mu Feng, I will help you cut him with an axe. Mock waved beside him one by one. Mido's huge axe said contemptuously. Really? I really want to know, how are you going to chop me off with an axe? Suddenly a faint voice sounded behind Mock. Who? Advertisement. Figs and Mork were both surprised at the moment. Someone was lurking next to him, and he didn't even notice it. If this person just took advantage of this opportunity to attack, Fahas and Mork could not help but be afraid. Aren't you talking about me all the time? Why do you still ask who I am? Mu Feng shrugged and said helplessly. You are Mu Feng. Fahas' pupils shrank suddenly. Mu Feng smiled and said, that's right. Congratulations, it doesn't seem to be too dumb. Mu Feng. Is that the Marine Major General you mentioned, Figs? A Marine Major General who was not honestly staying at the Marine base, actually ran to me. Haha. Figs, let me help you. The axe killed him. Mock smiled cruelly, as if he had already seen the sight of Mu Feng's brain cracking when he went down with an axe. Mork raised the giant axe high in his right hand. First, the entire arm was wrapped in armament hockey and turned black. Then armament hockey extended along the axe handle to cover the entire axe. The axe covered by armament hockey flickered under the sunlight. The icy cold light. With a grinning grin, Mok's giant axe slashed at Mu Feng head on. But Mu Feng just lifted the sword in his hand, and easily resisted Mokshi's axe. Although Mu Feng's strength is weaker than Mo K. Advertisement. But Mu Feng's swordsmanship is inherited from Ujiha Yakiryu's swordsmanship. And there are many unloading skills in the swordsmanship of Unohana Yakiryu, and all the hacks of Mok's axe are very heavy. However, 99% of the strength was subtly resolved by Mu Feng, and he could bear less than 1% of the strength. Well, can it only reach this level? It seems that the big pirate offering a reward of 470 million is nothing more than that. In that case, Mu Feng raised his right hand. Mok, get away, Fei has shouted. But it was too late, and Mu Feng's index finger wrapped in armament hockey had already rushed towards Mok. Armed color finger pistol, M500. The terrifying black finger pistol directly penetrated Mork's head. Terror Tomahawk Pirates Captain Mok. 3 years ago, he landed on New World as the strongest supernova and joined the Big Mom pirate group. He offered a reward of 470 million Baileys. In New World, he was also called the Big Pirate, but was single-pointed by Mu Feng. Boom. After solving Mok, Mu Feng turned his gaze to Figes, who was aside. At this time, Figs was completely changed. The body is taller than a few meters, and the muscles on his body are inflated like an inflated balloon, and the whole body is covered with golden brown hair. No one can imagine the weak look just now. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 16. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The muscles all over his body were tense, and Fei He stared at Mu Feng for 12 points of attention, but Mu Feng didn't mean to make a move. Instead, he looked at the dense forest to the side and said, "3 little bugs of the Doflamingo family, do you have to let me pick you out?" The voice fell, and a tempest kick blasted into the dense forest. Like a terrifying slash, countless trees were directly cut off. 2 men and 1 woman, 3 figures also appeared. The head was a tall and thin young man dressed in a red cloak, dressed like an indigenous tribe, with 2 red facial lines on his face, giving people a funny feeling. Behind him, on the left side, was a guy with an explosive head. Behind him, on the right, is a tall beauty with long black hair wearing a maid costume. Diamante, Gradius, baby -5. Among the 3 cadres under Doflamingo's command, Diamante is the highest cadre, and all 3 are capable of devil fruit. Diamante is the banner man who ate the flying fruit, Gudadius is the blaster who ate the popped fruit, and the baby 5 ate the weapon fruit. In the Doflamingo family, they are considered very powerful cadres. What a great Marine 6 styles, it's worthy of the young master who asked us to be more careful. If you kill you, Marine will definitely feel heartache. Diamante said. Advertisement. I think it should be. Mu Feng nodded, with a look of approval. If you really kill yourself, don't talk about others. The old man will be crazy. And the old man is crazy, the whole new world will be unlucky. It is not impossible to intensify the contradiction between Marine and the pirates. Doflamingo is probably the same as the abacus. You said, if I kill you, will Doflamingo go crazy? Mu Feng turned around and asked with interest. Although Doflamingo is a scumbag, New World's various dark activities are indispensable to his shadow of Doflamingo. But for his subordinates, that is, members above the Don Quixote family cadres, Doflamingo is still very good. As long as it is not betraying oneself, other mistakes will be forgiven. Hey. You are really young and energetic. Before I die, let me teach you a lesson. New World is not something you can step into. This is the world of pirates. After Mandy finished speaking, he pulled out the western sword from his waist. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Then he threw it at Mu Feng. At the same time, he shouted in his mouth, fluttering bullfighting scepter. The ability to fly the fruit can turn any touched object into a thick and light form. And the material of this object will not change. Diamante turned the sword body of the western sword he carried with him into a light and fluttering form like a thick cloth, and then continuously wrapped it into a bullfighting posture, and then restored it to its original hardness to form a terrifying steel bullfight. The steel bullfight carried an unparalleled impact and blasted towards Mu Feng. Tempest Kick Death Cross. Mu Feng's attack directly blasted towards Diamante. Advertisement. The Death Cross and the Bull Scepter blasted together. The terrifying vacuum wave directly shattered the steel bullfight. If it hadn't been for Diamante to feel the tremendous power from the hilt and avoid the past at the last moment, I am afraid this would have been cut into 4 pieces by the death cross. Gradius, Baby 5, go ahead. Diamante shouted. Without Diamante's orders, Gradius and Baby 5 on the side had already started to attack separately. The 2 people who ate the explosive fruits and the weapon fruits, in the Don Quixote family, are the ones with the highest force value except for Doflamingo and the top cadres. Diamante is also the strongest among the highest cadres, second only to Pika. Even the top lieutenant generals of Huo Shaoshan and his ilk can't beat the team of 3 at the same time. And if it weren't for Admiral, it would be impossible to stop the 3 who wanted to escape, so Doflamingo was very relieved about this action. Blasting projectile. Gradius attacked. Countless black rocks shot towards Mufeng and continued to expand. Weapon transformation. Missile girl. Baby 5's attack. Baby 5 turned into a giant missile, and then blasted Mufeng with the reaction force of his legs kicking on the ground. The black projectile suddenly exploded when it was about to hit Mufeng. The Baby 5 transformed missile also steadily hit Mufeng's body. At the same time, a huge explosion occurred. With Mufeng as the center, the surrounding area of 50 meters was shrouded by the explosion. Advertisement. Did you get rid of him? Diamante stared at the center of the explosion. The smoke gradually dissipated. Diamante's pupils shrank sharply. This. How is it possible? Diamante couldn't believe it. Originally, he never thought that such an attack would be able to solve Mufeng. After all, Mufeng's Marine 6 styles is so powerful, it is impossible not to armament hockey. But Mufeng in front of him didn't use armament hockey at all, and just carried such a violent explosion with his body. Iron Body King Kong Body. Iron Body's extended skills have defenses comparable to armament hockey. Let go. Let me go. Baby 5's hands were firmly imprisoned by Mufeng with one hand like handcuffs. No matter how hard Baby 5 can't break away. Looking at this thorny rose, the corner of Mufeng's mouth suddenly raised slightly. I need you to stand aside and stay still, okay? Mufeng said suddenly. For BABY5, Mufeng did not have any disgust. On the contrary, it can only be said that she is too pitiful and needs to be strongly recognized by others. You said. You need me. Baby 5 was obviously taken aback. Mufeng nodded and said with a smile. Of course, I need you very much. There is always a lack of someone on my boat who can take care of my daily life. I think you are a very suitable candidate, so if you kill you, I will be very upset. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 17. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Well, okay. Baby 5 couldn't help nodding. Hearing that it is needed, Baby 5 will not refuse anyone's request. Because of this, Baby 5 owed 98 million Pele in debt, and even had more than 50 fiancés, but all were killed by Doflamingo. For this reason, Baby 5 has repeatedly stated that he wants to kill Doflamingo. Damn it. Baby 5, what are you doing? Diamante shouted. Originally, when I brought Baby 5 to perform this mission, I had this consideration. Baby 5 never rejects others, and often loses the chain in battle, but Doflamingo thinks that Marine will not know about BABY5. Baby 5 was also sent to perform this mission. After all, the weapon fruit is a very powerful paramesha fruit. Okay. Then you can get rid of you without scruples. Looking at several people, Mufeng suddenly showed a faint smile on his face. It's ridiculous. I was the one who solved you. Because of Baby 5's rebellion, Diamante's face was not so good. Pulling a strip of cloth from the cloak and shaking it casually, it turned into a western long sword shining with cold light. When the long sword just turned into a bullfighting scepter to attack Mufeng, it was crushed by Mufeng's death cross. Half a month. Funeral. Diamante raised the long sword in his hand high, and then slammed it down. Advertisement. The sword energy that seemed to cut the earth suddenly appeared. The fierce sword spirit blasted straight towards Mufeng, and the ground in front of Diamante was divided into 2 like cutting tofu. This is not the power of fruit, but pure swordsmanship. To be able to blast such a fierce slash, there is no doubt. Diamante is a swordsman, a top swordsman. If Diamante's swordsmanship is hierarchical, then it is LV10. That is to say the full level. And if it can break the boundaries of swordsmanship, then it is the level of a great swordsman, but the number of great swordsmen in the entire pirate world is also one of the few. Red hair counts as 1, Hawkeye counts as 1. Beasta can only be counted as half at most. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Although in the plot, Diamante's strength is very scumbag. However, the swordsmanship of this hand, coupled with the ability to fly fruits, is absolutely comparable to the top lieutenant general. Master Diamante, are you going to use your full strength? Garadius thought, it seems that the battle will be over soon. Do you want to compete with swordsmanship? You are still far behind. Mu Feng smiled, and at the same time drew out the slender tachi that was tied to one side of his body. Then he slashed out. The same sword spirit. If Diamante is a strong man standing on the top of a swordsman, then Mu Feng is a strong man of the supreme swordsman level that surpasses the great swordsman. How can the two be the same day? And the language. The two sword auras collided together, stirring up a terrifying wave of air. Advertisement. In front of Mu Feng's sword aura, Diamante's sword aura was as fragile as tofu, and was directly shattered by the bombardment. Diamante had no idea that Mu Feng would be so strong. He didn't realize it until the sword gas blasted in front of him. Want to dodge, but it's too late. He could only turn sideways slightly, but his right arm was still severed. He kept rolling on the ground, cursing Mu Feng constantly in his mouth. Suddenly, Diamante pressed the ground with one hand. Army flag. With Diamante's voice falling, the ground under Mu Feng's feet has completely turned into a light and fluttering form like cloth. But for Mu Feng, who exhibited paper art's infinite body, let alone a substantial object like cloth, even standing on a cloud, it will not lose its balance. No matter how the earth flutters, Mu Feng can still maintain his balance. Damn. Gudadius. Diamante shouted suddenly. Immediately, the whole land surged towards Mu Feng like a huge churning wave. Understood, Lord Diamante. Advertisement. Blasting Rock Super Show. Garadius's strongest move. In an instant, Garadius set up countless detonating mechanisms on the fluttering ground. Then the whole land began to expand, and when the expansion reached its maximum, it was directly detonated by Garadius. The terrifying explosion caused a mushroom cloud to rise suddenly over Selvi's island. Quick, speed up. The Major General has already had a fierce battle with the pirates, we must rush over as quickly as possible. Guy led the battleship. After that, another Lieutenant General battleship, Wilgo stood at the bow of the ship. That's Garadius' ability. Has Diamante already played against Mu Feng? Damn guy, completely interrupted my plan. Virgo's face was ugly. Originally, he should be the main force to intercept Mu Feng, but Mu Feng did not play his cards according to common sense. As soon as he arrived at the G5 branch, he went directly to Service Island, and he had no way to act. Although the Gula Davis Rock Super Show is very powerful, it still cannot pose the slightest threat to Mu Feng. After the explosion, Mu Feng looked at Garadius and said faintly, "You stained my clothes. So as a plea, just go and die." Tempest Kick. Death Cross. The terrifying Tempest Kick slashed, directly cutting Gura Davis into 4 pieces. Congratulations, host, kill those who can explode the fruit. Reward the advanced experience scroll X1, because it belongs to a special life, reward the host an additional scroll of explosion ability. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 18. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. Blasting ability additional scroll. What? Forget it. Go back and study. Mu Feng was slightly distracted, and then walked towards Diamante. What do you want to do? Diamante's voice was full of fear. Mu Feng smiled and said, "Don't worry, I won't kill you. After all, I still want you to catch the big fish Doflamingo." What? Your goal is young master? Hearing Mu Feng mentioning Doflamingo's name, Diamante was not in fear. Instead, he said grimly, "Haha. Young master will definitely catch you. Wait, I will definitely cut off both of your arms at that time." I was too lazy to listen to Diamante's nonsense and kicked him faint. The battle between Mu Feng and Diamante and Garadius made a lot of noise. The pirates who were originally scattered on the island also rushed over. Headed by Phages, and the captain of the 15 pirates excluding Mork. Advertisement. The captain of the pirate group of New World, the weakest bounty is 200 million Baileys. Really? I just slipped away just now, don't I take the opportunity to escape? Anyway, I won't bother to arrest you again. But what does it mean that you appear in front of me again? Now, if I forgive you again, fate can't be justified, Mu Feng said helplessly as he looked at Fidges. Do you think that under our siege, you can still get out of Selves Island alive? Fei has yelled, but it gave the human the feeling of being strong in the middle. Siege. Are you sure? Mu Feng suddenly smiled. What do you mean? Fei has suddenly had a bad feeling. It doesn't mean anything, it's just preparing to solve you all in an instant. The tone of Mu Feng's speech was very plain, just like an ordinary chat. But at the moment when the voice just fell, a terrifying aura raged from Mu Feng. In an instant, it swept through the entire Selves Island. In just a moment, thousands of pirates surrounding Mu Feng. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. It's like dumping dumplings, one by one falling to the ground. Foaming at the mouth and fainted. Only 20 large pirates with a reward of more than 100 million are left who can stay awake. But most of them are just struggling to support it. Conqueror's Hockey. Fei has stared wide. In New World, a pirate who owns Conqueror's Hockey is like a Crucian carp who crosses the river. If hockey is the ticket to the New World, then Conqueror's Hockey is the pass to ride in the New World. 4 emperors are the best among them, and Feihers can naturally recognize it. Advertisement. The miscellaneous fishes are solved, it should be you now. Mu Feng said lightly. At the same time, he drew out the sword on his waist, shaving his feet, and disappeared in place. Extreme speed, coupled with terrifying swordsmanship. In an instant, Mu Feng cut off the lives of these 20 people. All were pierced with a sword and there was no second wound. Even when the Taito in Mu Feng's hand was returned to the scabbard, there was no drop of blood on the bright white knife. Tiger fruit. I didn't expect it to actually burst devil fruit. However, 7 demon fruit powers. No, there are 8 demon fruit powers for Gradius. Actually, only 1 devil fruit burst out. This kind of violence rate is a bit low. And, what the hell is the skin repair liquid? Which guy burst it out? Mu Feng muttered to himself. Big. Sir, you have solved it. Guy looked dull. Well, clean up the battlefield. Mu Feng said. Then he looked at Virgo on the side, the corners of his mouth slightly raised. Jokingly said. What's wrong, Lieutenant General Virgo? Seeing that I'm still alive. You seem surprised, do you think I'm dead? No. How could it happen? Wilgo said with a smile. But no matter how you look at it, it gives people a feeling of strong smile. Damn, how could it be possible? How come Mu Feng is still alive? That said, Diamante and the others. Virgo's eyes flickered. Looking around, I quickly found Gradius cut into 4 pieces, Diamante lying on the ground with a broken arm, and Baby 5 standing honestly in the corner. Advertisement. Oh, by the way, Lieutenant General Virgo. I suspect that 80% of the Pirate Alliance incident is related to Doflamingo. This guy seems to be a cadre of the Don Quixote family. Mu Feng pointed to Diamante, then looked at Virgo said meaningfully. Doflamingo in Shichibukai, Virgo said with a shocked face. Well, it's him. Mu Feng nodded. Then he instructed Guy to the side. Guy, lock him up with C-Building Stone handcuffs. Detained in the C-Building Stone prison at the bottom of the battleship. Remember, no one is allowed to visit except me. Including Vale Lieutenant General Jay is included, understand? Understood, Lord Mu Feng. Guy did not hesitate. He is Mu Feng's adjutant, which is equivalent to the eunuch next to the emperor. From the moment he became Mu Feng's adjutant, he was labeled as Mu Feng. Regardless of Mu Feng's orders, he will execute them without hesitation. After giving instructions to Guy, Mu Feng looked at Virgo apologetically. Said, Lieutenant General Virgo, this incident involves Shichibukai, all must be treated specially. If Lieutenant General Virgo feels that I have violated the rules, please forgive me. After all, everything is for justice. Mu Feng finally laughed. Where? Major General Mu Feng said and laughed. Virgo's smile seemed unnatural in every way. However, Mu Feng could see clearly the killing intent in his eyes and the clenched fists. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at Hot MTL Novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 19. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. The Pirate Alliance was defeated, the Marines of the G5 branch were relieved, and the entire branch was in a carnival. No one noticed that a figure infiltrated Mu Feng's battleship while it was dark. Use observation hockey to avoid all guards. The figure dived into the bottom of the battleship, Halushi prison. At this time, Diamante was clutching her shoulders and wailing, cursing Mu Feng. Diamante. Diamante. Who? Diamante stopped wailing. Virgo. It's you. Ha ha. I knew you would come to save me. Diamante was overjoyed when he saw the visitor. Don't talk, I'll save you first. Virgo said solemnly. My estimate of Mu Feng's strength was wrong. Go back and tell the young master that the plan for Mu Feng is best to stop. He has Conqueror's Haki, and not inferior to the young master. Ah, how could it be possible? Diamante's face was full of horror. At this moment, a voice suddenly sounded. Oh, Lieutenant General Virgo. Why are you here? Didn't I already say that no one is allowed to visit here? Or should I call you, the first generation of Hearts of Don Quixote family, Virgo? It was Mu Feng, with his arms around him, watching Virgo playfully and said. Upon hearing Mu Feng's words, Virgo's pupils shrank sharply. Advertisement. Staring at Mu Feng fiercely, he asked gloomily, Does Naval Headquarters know who I am? No, it's me, I know who you are. Mu Feng shook his head. Really? Wilgo breathed a sigh of relief. Looking at Mu Feng with a cold smile on his face. Then as long as I kill you, my identity, Naval Headquarters, will not be known. I am still the head of the G5 branch, and you are the one who died in the New World battle. Major General of his headquarters. As he said, Virgo's whole body was covered with a purple-black armament hockey. Of course, but I don't think you have this strength. Mu Feng laughed. Hearing Mu Feng's words, Virgo had a grinning smile on his face. Boy, Conqueror's Haki doesn't mean everything. In New World, there are many dead Conqueror's Haki masters. Virgo said. Oh, I know. Mu Feng nodded. Suddenly, the conversation turned. However, if you don't even have Conqueror's Haki, more fish will die. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. You are looking for death. Violent light appeared in Virgo's eyes. Armament Haki wrapped the bamboo stick in his hand and violently attacked Mu Feng. Ghost bamboo. Wilgo shouted. Bang. Boom. Boom. Immediately, a series of air bursts sounded. Without the power of Devil Fruit, only with the power of Armament Haki, Virgo became a Lieutenant General of the Marine Branch and served as the base commander of the Marine G5 branch. It can be seen that Wilgo's accomplishments on Armament Haki are very powerful. In terms of Armament Haki, Mu Feng is inferior to Virgo. Advertisement. The sword in his hand was pulled out abruptly, and the sword flashed. The bamboo stick that Virgo struck was directly cut off by Mu Feng. In this case, Wilgo didn't expect it. But Wilgo was also decisive, and directly abandoned his weapon, attached Armament Haki's punch, and blasted towards Mu Feng's abdomen. Back then, with such a punch, he almost beat Corazon to his death. And now, his Armament Haki is amazing. But when Virgo's fist hit Mu Feng, his face suddenly changed. What happened? Own fist. It's like hitting a ball of air. Shave afterimage. The extended skill of the 6-style shaving, beyond the movement of visual response, makes the enemy mistakenly believe that he is still standing in place, and the speed is 10 times that of shaving. It seems, you can't even tell where I am. Mu Feng's abusive voice suddenly sounded from behind Virgo. Virgo wanted to turn around, but it was too late. The Taito in Mu Feng's hand has been swiped across Virgo's waist, even though Virgo's body is in Armament Haki's package. But under Mu Feng's slash, it was still as fragile as a piece of tofu, and was directly cut into 2 pieces. Looking at his lower body, Virgo was stunned. Advertisement. How can it be? Is he going to die like this? Then he looked at Mu Feng, his eyes filled with puzzlement. Obviously just a major general, why is it so strong? But Virgo will never know the answer to this question, because Mu Feng flashed several knife lights in his hand, and Virgo was directly chopped into dozens of pieces. The first generation of the Red Heart of the Don Quixote family died. Not bad. There are 7 Armament Haki experience scrolls. Now, Armament Haki can finally rise to the level of LV9. The reason why Mu Feng kills Virgo is mainly because he thinks that Virgo will drop armament hockey. Scroll of Experience. Upgrading with the Experience scroll is much easier than the exhausting practice. Huh. What? Phone worm. Mu Feng suddenly discovered that a small white snail slowly crawled out of the pocket in Virgo's pants. Picking up the phone worm, Mu Feng smiled on his face, and then dialed the phone worm. Bolu. Bolu. The voice of the phone bug rang for a while before connecting. Before Mu Feng could speak, an arrogant voice rang from the other end of the phone worm. Virgo, have things been done? Fur. Is the Major General named Mu Feng dead? Listening to the voice, you know that it is a lawless lord. The corners of Mu Feng's mouth raised slightly, his tone full of pity. It's a pity. I'm still alive. Don Quixote da Flamingo. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Advertisement. Chapter 20. Previous chapter. Next chapter. Advertisement. You are Monkey D. Mu Feng. After a moment of silence, Doflamingo's voice rang from the phone worm, his voice calm and heinous. Unexpectedly, the famous Tianyaka Don Quixote Doflamingo would actually know a small person like me. I am really flattered. Mu Feng laughed. Virgo, where is he? Doflamingo asked straightforwardly without talking nonsense. The phone worm is a secret phone worm that communicates with Virgo. Now he appeared in Mu Feng's hands, and he didn't need to think too much to know that something was wrong with Virgo. Oh, you said Virgo, I just killed him. Mu Feng said lightly, as if recounting a sparse and common thing. What? You said, you killed Virgo? Doflamingo's voice was full of shock. The relationship between Toripal, Pika, Diamante, and Virgo, and Doflamingo is completely different from that of other cadres in the family. More than 20 years ago, when Doflamingo was most desperate, the four of them saved him. So for Doflamingo, the four are his relatives. Not only Virgo. Diamante was also cut off by an arm, and he is now being thrown in Halushi prison by me. You say, should I kill him or put him in Impelton? Okay. What a headache. Mu Feng said. Oh, yes. If you don't believe me, I can let you hear Diamante's wailing. You, damn it, Doflamingo said coldly. Across the phone bug, Mu Feng could feel Doflamingo's cold killing intent. Advertisement. Should I die? I don't know. I only know that I will hold a Shichibukai meeting at Naval Headquarters in half a month. If you don't attend, it must be Diamante who will die. That's all, Doflamingo. Quote. Before Doflamingo could speak, Mu Feng directly hung up the phone worm. Dressrosa. Inside the palace. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Doflamingo, who hung up the phone worm, said nothing, but in the entire hall, no one dared to speak. Just now, they all heard the conversation in the phone worm. The former top cadre Virgo was killed, and now the top cadre Diamante was arrested. At this moment, Doflamingo is definitely on the verge of explosion. The atmosphere in the entire hall became more and more depressing. Don't know when, the slimy Toripal appeared beside Doflamingo. At this time, I dared to speak in front of Doflamingo. Only he and Pika were left as the top officials of the two families. I saw Toripal's face gloomy and asked, Dover, what do you do now? Attend the Shichibukai meeting. Huh, do you really think he is Sengoku? Why don't we dispatch all of us and grab Diamante? Come back. For a 4. Participate. Why not participate? Doflamingo showed a cold smile on his face and said, of course, the prerequisite is that he can return to Naval Headquarters alive. Furfur. Advertisement. With that said, Doflamingo took out a phone worm. Connected to the phone worm, a rough voice rang. What's the matter? Doflamingo. I have asked that boy Fahers to help you. Don't find anything else for me. Although the boss can't kill you if he explains, but I will definitely maim you. Furfur. Lord Jack. The figs you mentioned is probably dead now, and our contact person, Diamante, was also arrested by Marine, so I am worried that this matter will affect me. The deal with Kaido-sama. After all, Diamante is the only one who knows Guy's position. He hasn't reported to me yet. Doflamingo said. Marine. Is that the Major General named Mu Feng? Jack asked. Yes, Lord Jack. Doflamingo said. Huh. Sure enough, all your subordinates are rubbish. I will help you save Diamante. Remember, this is the last time. After speaking, Jack hung up the phone worm. Comma 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 comma. What? You said that Lieutenant Virgo is Doflamingo's subordinate, are you sure? Sengoku on the other end of the phone worm was obviously a little unbelievable. Of course it is certain, and Kalasan's death was also related to him. Mu Feng said. Karazhan. Sengoku was silent. Advertisement. Kalasan is Sengoku's righteous son, and Sengoku naturally feels heartache. After a while, Sengoku said, "Good job, Major General Mu Feng. This time you wiped out 17 pirate groups and relieved the serious situation of the G5 branch. When you come back, I will personally greet your Gaizan and grant you the rank of Lieutenant General." Then Mu Feng thanked the marshal first. Mu Feng said with a smile. Comma 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 comma. Sengoku, who hung up the phone worm, showed a slight smile on his face. Successfully kills the Overlord Sea King class. I didn't expect this kid to have such a strong swordsmanship. I really envy this old bastard Garp. Unexpectedly picked up such an excellent grandson. It seems that it won't be long before Marine will have an Admiral class combat power. No, it's a combat power that surpasses the Admiral class. The report found that Beast's pirates was abnormal. The messenger's voice sounded. Change. What happened? That lunatic. Dot has committed suicide again. As for Kaido's special hobbies, as long as he is a normal person, he will be speechless. No, it's not Kaido. It's Jack. Drought. Jack. The mammoth sailed out of the seas of Beast's pirates, the target of the channel. It seems to be the battleship of Major General Mu Feng. What? The goal is Mu Feng. Sengoku stood up suddenly, his expression changed drastically. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtlnovel for free. Advertisement.